We would like to begin by respectfully acknowledging that Hearts of Harmony makes music together on Treaty 7 land, the traditional territory of the Blackfoot, Tsuut'ina, and Stoney Nakoda peoples, and that the Central Alberta region falls under Treaty 6, net traditional Métis, Cree, and Saulteaux territory. We honor the First Peoples who have lived here since time immemorial. One of the ways that we at Hearts have been keeping ourselves motivated and goal oriented while we rehearse via Zoom is to make virtual chorus videos. And we've just finished our third of these. As most of you know from experience by now, you learn all sorts of things making these videos about the music, about where your weak points are personally, what you look like on camera as you sing, not always fabulous, what sort of words you might utter under stress, always polite, I'm sure. So, to start us off this evening, one of our heart's baritones, Sandy McGregor, has written a poem about these very things. Over to you, Sandy.
The video recording. A virtual performance show needs some techie skills, I know. Make a studio. Sound bites heard. iPhone locked, so face not blurred. Audio stable. Earbuds handy. Background set. Now, all is dandy. Day makeup on and costume pressed to ensure I look my best. Earbuds in and wires not seen. Recording on, click track heard keen. Press play. It's a go, take one. But no, forgot to clap. It's done. Reset audio, phone, smile. Perhaps this might just take a while. Take two looks fine. Until I hear a few notes flat. Not good, I fear. Retake 3. It will be king. I want the sound to ring and sing. Baker's breath, so voice is clear. Feeling great. The goal is near. Until just halfway through the song, left earbud slips. It's going wrong. Start again. This time will do. And then the phone rings. How are you? I can't tell you what I said. I think I should have stayed in bed. No, finish what I set to do. Refresh red lipstick. Start anew. Take 6 is good. Till second verse, I flub a word. This song's a curse. Many starts and stops go by. I often feel a need to cry. At last, take 24 seems fine. A good performance in this time. But there, look, my face goes dark. Sun behind the clouds. It's stark. Revamp studio, add more light. Why didn't I have some more foresight? Record again with fingers crossed. Please don't let this take be lost. Eyes, face, expression viewed, words, diphthongs, voice, all true. Jump up high, do a happy dance, yell, yes, yes, strut and prance. The dog is hiding, the cat long gone, but I've nailed performance song. It's good enough to send, I think. And now, I'm going to have a drink.
Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I think we all kind of feel like that immediately after we've finally taken our first good take. Now, a few housekeeping details before we begin tonight. So that we know who you are, please use the renaming feature, those little three blue dots, and put your name first, first name, last name, and then your chorus's name after, please. Please stay muted unless you are asked to unmute, of course, and then please remember to remute yourself. You know the drill. We have more than 400 folks registered, so it would be super time consuming and disruptive for the techies to have to scroll through and find you, but they would, and then they would tell me who you were, and I would announce it to the world. Turn off your video feed if you're having a snack, taking a phone call, doing your makeup, or if you're in a state of undress, like the recent MP. And do be wearing pants just in case, because we will be getting up. Turn off your video feed. Oh, I already said that. Read the script. Do show love by using those reaction buttons down there. There's clapping and there's hearts and things. Use them when you are feeling motivated. And please have your screen on gallery or grid view so that we're all in the Muppet holes, unless you're asked to do otherwise. During the question and answer sessions, use the Zoom hand raised feature, and if you wish to ask a question, and when you're done, please put it down. All right, it is time to sing. So please leap to your feet. I know you just sat down. Leap to your feet and let's sing along with As Long as I'm Singing. Here we go.
As long as I'm singing starts in the key of A flat. 1, 2, 3. As long as I'm singing, there's a bell up in my brain that's ringing, making a crazy ding dong, ding dong. And if this band don't desert me, there's nothing in the world can hurt me. Long as I'm singing my song, it's a swinging song. Give me trumpets, we got our oil, and put some saxes with us, and some strings, pizzicato, rhythm, rhythm. As long as I'm singing, then the world's alright and everything's swinging. Long as I'm singing my song, I'm where I belong. As long as I'm singing, there's a bell up in my brain that's ringing. It's making a crazy ding dong, ding dong. And if my pals here don't desert me, there's nothing in the world can hurt me. Long as I'm singing my da-da-da-da, and I'm making music is more to me than a pleasure. 'Cause me and music, we go together like notes in a measure. As long as I'm singing, the world is alright and everything's swinging. Long as I'm singing my song, yeah. As long as I'm singing, well then the world's alright and everything's swinging. Long as I'm singing my, I'll be swinging my, long as I'm singing my song.
All right. Well, that was interesting. A little bit of extra jazz accompaniment there. We have an awesome RMT working on our behalf, and you are about to meet them in a special way. Baby pictures first and some clues, and you have a chance to learn a new fact or two about these lovely ladies, these busy and committed lovely ladies, and to guess who's who before the quick reveal. Here you go. Very soon, I believe.
Sorry about that. Catherine here.
We're horrified.
I'm adding jazz. So I am so nervous. You wouldn't believe it. These fingers are just shaking. Okay, we've got the right one queued up. Sorry about the pause. Thank you, Megan. Oh, now what? So sorry, so sorry.
You're doing fine, Catherine.
Might as well watch me be nervous, give you something to do. Okay, so I have learned, not yet the right way, that only one program wants to work properly. And it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
I could sing my sea shanty.
Oh, I am ready now, but hang on to that because we'll need it later. I'm going to mute myself.
Catherine, we don't hear anything yet.
But we do believe in you.
Goodness sakes. There's another share button to push. Okay. Jeez. Okay, it's a good video. I was enjoying it.
Everyone needs a 15-year-old boy.
Hi, Region 26. One of my jobs as team coordinator on the RMT is to say goodbye to outgoing RMT members and to welcome incoming ones. This year is no exception. We have had a change in one position, director coordinator. We're saying goodbye this year to Maya Weber. She has been with the RMT for 2 years, the past 2 years, and we've been very lucky to have her. She's the director of Chinook Wind's Show Chorus. She's not going far though. She's leaving the RMT, but she is going to serve as Region 26 Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee person. So if your chorus doesn't have representation on this committee yet and you would like to, please contact Maya. Her email address is here. And we're saying hello to someone who's no stranger to Region 26, Sandy Marin. She's our incoming director coordinator. So she's celebrating 30 years as director of Lionsgate Chorus. So we're very pleased to have Sandy coming on board. Welcome, Sandy. And we need you to apply for the RMT this year. We have 4 positions coming up, as we do every year, 4 positions coming up for election or appointment: communications, education, membership, and team coordinator. So we would really appreciate you getting your applications in. We need you. Your RMT needs you. Region 26 needs you. Thanks for your attention, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Hello everyone, I'm Maya Weber, Region 26 Outgoing Director Coordinator and Director of Chinook Wind Show Chorus in Calgary, Alberta. I'd like to take a moment to gratefully acknowledge that the land on which we live, work, and make music is the traditional territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, the Tsuut'ina First Nation, and the Stoney Nakoda First Nations. The city of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. I am also a member of the Region 26 Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, which was started just this year. The committee currently has members from Gateway, Lionsgate, Chinook Winds, Southern Accord, Pacific Edge, and White Sails choruses, and over time we hope to see representation from every chorus in the region. As a region, and as choruses and individual members, we have a lot to learn, and maybe more importantly, a lot to unlearn. The job of the DEI committee is not to judge members or groups based on what they know or don't know, or on what they do or don't do. Our job and our mission is to make sure that every chorus in Region 26 is equipped with the knowledge and the tools they need to make sure that our members and prospective members feel not only welcomed, but included and safe, regardless of nationality, race, religious affiliation, sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, disabilities, and neurodivergencies. Just like all of us were able to find a home on these risers, we want to ensure that our doors are truly open to a diverse group of people who love to sing and who want to sing here. This Saturday at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, noon Pacific Time, the Region 26 DI Committee are proudly hosting a forum with a very special guest speaker, Sweet Adelines International President-elect Therese Antonini. Many of you have submitted great questions to the committee, and we will do our best to answer all of them and to continue to carry on these very important discussions. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya. You will all have received an email yesterday from Joanne Johnson and with a note about Saturday's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion meeting and the times, with a link and about how to submit any questions that you might have. So please do have a look and submit your questions. And now, please sit back and relax for a keynote address, which I am not giving.
Is it sharing? Do you see it?
Yes, we can
Yes,
see it.
we can see
Thanks.
it.
Sorry, I got concerned.
Hi, Region 26. I'm Leslie, your team coordinator. I'm also a proud member of Hearts of Harmony Chorus, your MCs for today. It's my pleasure to be here today to introduce our keynote speaker, Cami McKinley. Cami is legendary in our region. She's been instrumental in creating the culture of Region 26, the only all-Canadian region in Sweet Adelines. Cami has been a member of Lionsgate Chorus for 35 years, and she's a lifetime member of the organization. She's been a chorus leader, a regional leader, and she served on the International Board of Directors for 16 years as president from 2010 to 2012. In 2019, she received the President's Lifetime Achievement Award from the then president, Patty Cobb Baker. And in 2020, Region 26 created the Cami McKinley Award for Leadership Excellence in her name. Cami was the first recipient. She's currently on the editorial review board, which reviews The Pitch Pipe and Barbershop Now. She's a member of the international faculty, panel secretary, and to top it all off, she's the bass section leader for Lionsgate Chorus, and she sings in a quartet, Fandango. We're very proud to call her our own. Please welcome Cami McKinley.
Hello, everyone. I'm so pleased to have been invited to talk to you today. It's been such a long time since we've all been together. But even though the physical connections are absent, our spirits can still connect in some way through this technological medium. And I hope that you will still be able to feel my presence in your home and know that I miss you all. I was asked to give you something inspirational, something that you can take with you as you go about your daily life. So I decided I would talk about something that is near and dear to my heart: happiness. Now, I believe that I'm generally a very happy person, and my family and friends will tell you that I look at life as a cup half full. I have a fantastic life with a beautiful family, wonderful friends, a lovely home, an amazing Sweet Adeline experience over the last 35 years, and the promise of great things to come. However, even for me, with all these wonderful blessings, the last year has been challenging to my happiness quotient, with so many experiences and connections denied, and especially with not being able to connect with my Sweet Adeline friends, both here in Region 26 and around the world. And I'm sure you have experienced similar feelings where happiness in your chorus experience has been quite elusive, if not completely absent at times. I decided to reread a book that made an impact on me about 8 years ago. Funnily enough, when I pulled it off my shelf, I discovered the bookmark that I had last used was a boarding pass from Chicago to Detroit from 2013, which of course reminded me that I hadn't been on a plane in more than a year. How weird. That didn't make me happy. But I digress. The book I reread was The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. While it does focus on the positive psychology that fuels success and performance in the workplace, there are many takeaways that work for us in the Sweet Adeline world as well, not to mention our everyday life. What is happiness exactly? If you Google it, you see statements like, happiness is an emotional state characterized by feelings of joy, satisfaction, contentment, and fulfillment. While happiness has many different definitions, it is often described as involving positive emotions and life satisfaction. Research into positive psychology has determined that happiness can be broken down into 3 measurable components: pleasure, engagement, and meaning. Or, as Aristotle said in translation from the Greek, human flourishing. Happiness is naturally completely subjective. Only you know whether or not you're happy or experiencing a feeling of happiness. Others may guess at your happiness level, but only you know if you are truly happy. So what does this have to do with us and our chorus lives? Well, everything. Here are some thoughts. Recently, a chorus friend decided that she had too much stress in her life with her time-consuming job and several tough issues happening in her extended family. All of life's challenges were compounding into making her agitated and very unhappy. Something had to go. So what did she do? She took an indeterminate leave from chorus, believing that she would be happier without the added stress of attending Zoom rehearsals and learning new music. Did it work? Well, probably not, because what she really gave up was something that is a vital component of being happy. According to Sean Aker, giving up your social network and retreating inward is guaranteed to keep you away from the ultimate goal of happiness. He cites several studies which have shown that the more social support we have, the happier we are. And the happier we are, the more advantages we gain in every aspect of our lives. And as I wish my friend could have realized, being part of a chorus, even via Zoom, gives us so much more than just a place to hang out and sing of an evening. Just ponder on that for a moment. What are the social connections you would be giving up if you didn't participate in rehearsals? There would be a lot, wouldn't there? Happiness is contagious. Your brain can read and identify an emotion in others in 33 milliseconds, and that emotion can jump from person to person in an instant. I'm sure you've all experienced that in your normal lives as well as at rehearsal. If we as members are positive and happy on the risers, others around us will pick up on it and catch the happiness bug. But unfortunately, the opposite is also true. The quartet that starts every rehearsal with a venting session about what a rotten day they've had will be less productive than one that starts with a feeling of gratitude. I actually have a vivid memory of a quartet rehearsal many, many years ago where I went on and on about the awful traffic on the drive there, which led to another member complaining about her kids acting up all day, which led to the third person telling us about a nasty coworker she'd had to deal with. We asked the fourth member how her day had been, and she said, "Well, it was great until I got here." Yikes. Negativity breeds negativity, and it isn't good for our stress or our mental health. I learned my lesson and I never did that again. So why is genuine happiness so elusive for some? I've heard people say, I'll be happy when fill in the blank, whether it's getting a different job, finding a life mate, or finishing school, or qualifying the new songs, or winning a gold medal. The goal is what is driving them towards what they perceive as perfect happiness. What they don't realize is that all those goals will be much easier to achieve if they are happy to begin with. For my friend, taking a leave from chorus did not make her happier. Her happiness needed to come from within. As Aker cites, 90% of happiness is formed by internal forces and only 10% by the external world. So how do you achieve happiness if you're not naturally inclined that way? Aker identifies a 21-day plan to create lasting positive change that will lead you to more happiness in your life. Every day you should write down 3 things that you are grateful for. They should be new and different each day and can be related to your singing life or your non-singing life. In his book, Aker suggests setting the same time every day for this activity. It could be when you get up in the morning or before you go to bed, or you could do it as a group activity with your family. Doing this will significantly increase how optimistically you view the world. Keep a journal. Write for 2 minutes each day describing one positive experience you had over the last 24 hours. If you scan your world for meaning, rather than focusing on a task-based list of to-dos, you will increase your life happiness. Exercise for at least 10 minutes a day. Your brain will learn that your behavior matters. Meditate for 2 minutes, focusing on your breath going in and out. This will help you undo the negative effects of multitasking. In fact, research shows you get multiple tasks done faster if you do them one at a time. Meditating also decreases stress and increases happiness. Find something to look forward to. Often the most enjoyable part of an activity is the anticipation of it. One study showed that just thinking about something you're looking forward to raises your endorphin levels by 27%. And it can be something as simple as watching a favorite show on TV later on in the day. Let me ask you, what are you looking forward to this regional weekend? The classes? The performances by our choruses and quartets? The keynote speeches? Or just seeing lots of our regional friends? Doesn't that make you happy? Just looking forward to that? It does me. Write one quick email first thing in the morning, thanking or praising someone in your course, on your team, or in your work life, even a friend or family member. This significantly increases your feeling of social support. Or if that doesn't seem appropriate, perform random acts of kindness. Let someone go ahead of you in the checkout line. Pay for someone's coffee. Let someone else take the parking spot. This isn't an Acres plan, but Jan Carley, the inner mastery guru, suggests that your thoughts can empower you or derail you. How often have you found yourself at the mercy of your thoughts? I know I have. If negative thoughts creep in and start to cloud your judgment, just say, next, and move on. One of the most profound things that I took away from a class given by Kathy Carmody was, whatever you are thinking, it's just a thought, and you can change it. No one will know except you. I remember vividly when I used to teach English as a second language that occasionally there were times when I really didn't want to go into that classroom. But I would stand outside the door and I would say, you are happy. This is going to be a great day. They're going to learn something from you. Just go in there with a great attitude. And I would go in there with a big smile on my face and say, good morning, how are you today? And sure enough, within 5 minutes, I felt great and I felt happy and happy to be there. Happiness is achievable by everyone. By focusing on being happy and training your brain to be positive, you will accomplish more and have fun doing it. You too will have the happiness advantage. Well, there you go. Some food for thought for today. On a personal note, it makes me happy to look forward to seeing all of you in the not too distant future and to getting back on the risers and singing with all my friends. Stay safe and Sweet Adeline strong.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for signing on this evening. I think we're just going to go into a bit of a Q&A right now. So asking if you have a question, you can try the raise hand emotion and then even unmute yourself and ask the question. Just remember when you're done talking to please mute so that we can all hear. Okay, does anybody have any questions for Cami? Give it a second.
You can ask me questions that don't have to do with happiness if you like. It's kind of a, a topic that really may not lend itself to questions particularly, but if anybody wants to ask me anything else, go for it. Now's your chance.
Hi, it's Marcia Fulton. Hi, Cami. How's your new grandbaby?
Hi, Marcia Fulton. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. How's your new grandbaby?
He's growing like a little weed. He's now 10 weeks old and he went from 6 pounds to 12 pounds in 10 weeks. So
wow,
he's adorable. His name is Magnus Ernest McKinley.
That's going to look amazing on a business card.
Yeah, it's a bit daunting for us, an 10-week-old right now, but when he's older.
Does he suit the name?
Hard to tell. I haven't really seen very much of
what kind of a magic shape are we having?
That was very thought-provoking, Cami. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marcia. Thank you.
I have a question if somebody else doesn't. At what moment did you decide you wanted to become president of Sweet Adelines?
Oh, yeah. I think probably when I actually got onto the board, I figured that was something I always aspired to be at that level, not necessarily to be president, but I definitely wanted to make an impact or to be able to have an impact at the bigger organization. My very first international, and Marcia and Marcia have know about this, my very first international convention that I went to was Houston in 1988. And I was totally blown away. I really had no idea what this was all about. Lionsgate had won in 1987. And so my first convention was 1988. And we were sitting in the audience and I was just in awe of everything that was going on. And somebody was emceeing the competition. I have no idea who it was, whether she was the president. And I just remember looking at her and thinking, one day I'm going to do that. One day I'm going to be on that stage and I'm going to MC a competition. I didn't really aspire to be president necessarily, but I definitely wanted to be part of the bigger picture. So yeah, I just sort of worked my way towards that goal and was thrilled when I got on the board, and it looked like that might be, being president might be something that was a possibility for me. So, and it's not for the faint-hearted. Being president, as Marcia and Marcia will tell you, it's and Marcia Fulton did it twice. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's a fairly daunting position to be in, but I loved it. I loved being president. I love being on the board. I mean, 16 years was a huge thing in my life. Huge part of my life.
That's amazing. Stacy, Rose, you've got a question?
I do. I see that Sylvia Melville also has a question. I'd almost rather hear hers because I get to stand beside Cami on the risers when we do live stuff, and I miss her. I miss her very much. But my question is, how has your experience at the international level helped you become a better leader and a better leader in your chorus specifically?
Well, definitely seeing a much bigger global perspective from at the international level. I mean, I thought I had a global perspective, but until you actually get there, you don't realize how global your global perspective needs to become. That's a really tough question. I don't think I was really much different at the international level than I was at the regional level. Or I don't know. Sylvia probably knows better because she was president of Lionsgate when I first went onto the Lionsgate board. So I don't know that I was really any different. I think just experience, time in, just, being responsible, being committee chair for numerous things. And yeah, sorry, I'm waffling. I'm not really sure how to answer that question. I think I'm always just who I am. I don't know that I've been any different.
Awesome.
Sylvia?
Can I speak?
Yep.
You hear me?
Yes.
Cami, first of all, I want to thank you for that wonderful, wonderful keynote speech that you did. It resonated with me, and I think it resonates with many Sweet Adelines because they all, we all say that we're happier when we're singing. So thank you so much. That's certainly a big part of the jigsaw puzzle of our happiness. So thank you for that. I want to go back to what you said about when your goal of being, or your dream of being on the international board and maybe following that, the international president. I was serving on the board with you in Region 26, and we did some sort of secret we had to write down what we wished for our own future in Sweet Adelines. And we folded it up and we all, I don't know what we did, probably blessed it or something. And then we all read it. And yours, Cami, was to be someday international president of Sweet Adelines.
Oops.
I remember that specifically.
Oh my goodness. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I remember that because I was awestruck. And I think the whole week, not only awestruck, we knew it would happen. And that was your goal. And you just went there. I'm so thank you.
That's really interesting because I don't think I ever focused on that. You know what I mean? And we talked about this in the interview that Stacy did of me last year when I was the proud recipient of the Excellence in Leadership Award. It was never something that I thought, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to be that. And just sort of, it was sort of in the back of my head, I guess, although I don't remember ever saying it out loud, but I guess I did. But just servant leadership. It's all about just doing, just do.
Exactly. And I would say in the chorus leadership, regional leadership, and international leadership, I would say common thread. You were amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, as I've said before, I just love everything. I love all of you. I love being part of this organization, and I love making a difference. If I can make a difference, then I'm there.
That's amazing. Okay, I have another question.
Sure.
I have been, this one's intriguing me. I'd like to know more of the history of the pearls.
The pearls. Well, these pearls were given to me by my parents when my husband and I got married. And we've been married for 45 years. So these pearls are 45 years old. My sisters all, I'm the oldest of 4 girls, and my sisters all got their pearls when they turned 21. But I was the first one to get pearls, obviously. So yeah, so that's the history of the pearls. And I literally, I haven't lately, I must admit, because I, haven't been doing anything that's kind of fancy. But I wear them every single day. They've been restrung, I don't know how many times. But I love pearls. And my mother died when she was 53 years old. And my father gave me her set of pearls to give my daughter, which I gave to her on her 16th birthday. And I gave my daughter-in-law when she married my son pearls. I just love pearls. I don't know if you've watched that little keynote thing I did last year, but pearls are they're just so timeless and eternal. And they're all strung together. They all have an individual luster and brilliance, and they just never go out of style. It does, and I'm hoping that I will never go out of style. So that is the history of these pearls, anyway. And I love pearls, and they go with everything. I've got jeans on, and they go with everything.
100%. I have a pair that my mom left for me too. So
there you go.
That's amazing. Does anybody else have any questions?
Joey and Yvonne
are waving. Go ahead.
Do you have a question?
Yes.
Hi, Joey and Yvonne.
Cami, I'd love to hear your real accent.
This is my real accent.
Oh, no.
You want me to put on an Aberdeen accent?
Yeah.
Oh, mechty me. I don't know if that's a really appropriate thing for me to do, but I can try. What would you like me to say? Barbershop is the most wonderful, brilliant thing that anybody could ever do. And I just love it. It just makes my heart sing all the time.
That's fabulous. I love it. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, if I speak like that when I go home or back to Scotland, though, they all think I'm weird. Are you just taking the mickey out of us? Anyway.
Well, thank you so much. That was amazing.
You're very welcome. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you so much, Cami. Okay, folks, Cami mentioned how exercise does help us out. So it's probably time that we pursued a wee bit of it. We've been sitting enough for the moment. One of our newest Hearts of Harmony chorus members is Rhonda Gilry. Now, Rhonda joined us 5 rehearsals before we had to go on virtual rehearsals, and she's been at, I believe, every one since then. Rhonda is a professional certified dance instructor and has been for 36 years. So every week during our Zoom rehearsals, she gives us a short physical break to get us out of our chairs. And tonight, it's your turn. So hop up, let's do some dancing. Take it away, Rhonda. She's just putting her tap shoes on. And I don't see anyone jumping out of their chairs.
Our music is Blue Moon. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stepping back 4 times. 1, 2, 3. Shifting. Stepping back. A repeat. Forward 4 times. Stepping back. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Grapevine to the right, grapevine to the left, turn and go. From the beginning of the pump. Stepping back. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're doing great. Stepping back. 1, 2, 3. Everybody dance. Last time. We're there. Stepping back. Thanks so much for joining us.
And thank you, Rhonda. Oh, now, while you're still on your feet, which you aren't anymore, are you? Get back on your feet. It's time to sing along with another one of our regional songs, which is Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Here we go.
There's a calm surrender to the rush of day when the heat of the rolling world can be turned away. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you.
Hello, Region 26. As the membership coordinator for the region, it is my
Tonight, tonight, it is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. Can you feel the love tonight, tonight, how it's laid to rest? It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the
Thank you, everyone, for singing along. Well done. I'm sure you were absolutely astonishingly beautiful sound. Please welcome to the screen Brenda Wells, our Regional Membership Coordinator. Go, Brenda.
Pleasure to honor this chorus for being the only chorus. Hello, Region 26. As the membership coordinator for the region, it is my pleasure to honor this chorus for being the only chorus to increase their membership number since last year. Several choruses have brought in new members this past year, and I applaud you all for maintaining the drive to grow.
Stand by, we seem to have technical difficulties.
Hello, Region 26. As the membership coordinator for the region, it is my pleasure to honor this chorus for being the only chorus to increase their membership number since last year. Several choruses have brought in new members this past year, and I applaud you all for maintaining the drive to grow. There have been several choruses that have also maintained their numbers, and I applaud you. We've been through a lot of changes with our rehearsals and abilities to reach out for new members, and it's amazing and inspiring to have a chorus that has increased their number by 4 since last year. They've added 9 new members in total for the fiscal year. This chorus is a very innovative chorus for their membership growth. And if you would like to know their secrets, I'm sure they would be happy to answer. How did you do it? West Coast Harmony, congratulations. You will receive 2 all events tickets for 2022 convention in Saskatoon, as you have won by having the most members increase and the highest percentage of growth. Congratulations, West Coast Harmony. You are an inspiration to all of us.
Woo!
Unmute.
I'd love to pretend that I was unmuted, but there's that button. We're going on to the regional volunteers video, yes? It's either that or I sing my sea shanty, folks. All right, I'll cue it up. Sea shanty. Yeah. I'll give you just the chorus. Soon came the baritone horde with diphthongs turned and some tasty chords. When all the tapes come in, we'll sing in a group once more. There you go.
That's freaking brilliant.
Like a bridge. Like a bridge. Ease your mind. Ease your mind.
No, we can't actually see it.
All cease to be sung in open secret.
You can't see it?
Maintain and sustain the lines of connection to make sure the tones still rang, the tune.
Oh, it's probably because both of you are sharing.
Okay, that's fine. I thought I was supposed to.
It's okay.
Who's sharing now? You're sharing? Okay, perfect.
Ease your mind. Ease your mind.
In the year where the communal song all ceased to be sung in open one secret our ref and resource teams maintained and sustained the lines of connection to make sure the tones still rang, the tune could hang, and the beats could bang. As their love put its catchy arms around us and kept us close. We of the unbridled singing humanity, Sweet Adelines, diverse and so beautiful, and oddly unified in a planet rising to heal, say we are grateful, thankful to those who hold, heal, and help us keep it together.
Like a bridge, like a bridge. Ease your mind, ease your mind.
Thank you, Battleford's Blend. What a great little video. Well done. Okay, next, please welcome to the screen Karina Gariak and Joan Kader. They have a very special award to present to a person who is very special to all of us. Let's join their conversation. They don't feel like talking to us just yet, but they will. All right, we need a verse from my sea shanty, and it goes like this. There once was a chorus by the name of Hearts. They had a director and all the parts. They worked real hard and improved their tone, but then they were all sent home. Soon came the baritone horde with diphthongs turned and some tasty chords. When all the tapes come in, we'll sing in a chorus once more. You should join me for the chorus. Soon came the baritone horde with diphthongs turned and some tasty chords. When all the tapes come in, we'll sing in a chorus once more. That part's really important. So I only have
Awesome.
2 verses.
Mouse is not cooperating, sorry.
Well, Joan, at long last, I'm so glad we could finally find some time to get together. It's been too long.
I know, Karina, this COVID thing is the worst. We haven't been able to meet up at regional or at international like we usually do. How have you been?
Oh, good. Work's keeping me busy. How are you doing? How's West Coast?
We're doing pretty well, zooming along. It's been a really challenging year, but a really rewarding one at the same time.
You know, after a year of not singing, I'm still blown away by the creativity and resilience of our regions. Speaking of regions, did you know that this is the 40th anniversary for Region 26? We were born in 81 and our first convention was sparkling new in 82.
I didn't know that was this year. Must have been weird at that time when we were split away from Region 13. I've heard stories of when we left, all the experiences had been down south and now we were kind of cast adrift.
Yeah, I've heard those stories too. But I can think of a few Region 26 leaders who really took up the challenge and set the tone for the region that we would become. And now look at us. We're respected across the organization as a strong, creative region. We've managed to be close in spirit, even though geographically we're one of the largest regions in the organization.
Let's talk about those trendsetters. Maybe one in particular?
Well, that's why we're here, right? This trailblazer was actually our first director of musical activities in Region 26. That's what we used to call the education coordinator role. And she was only 29 years old. Can you imagine?
I sure can. She's been an influencer across our region since our very beginnings. Of course, we're actually talking about our very own Joey Minchell.
We certainly are. Why don't you give us a little background on Joey, Joan?
Sure. Well, Joey's chorus history began in the late 70s when she joined her mom as a member of Dogwood Chorus, then a Sweet Adeline's chapter in Region 13. Later on, she became the director of that chorus while still in her 20s. She directed Dogwood until she moved to Kamloops, where she became director of Desert Sounds Chorus. During her time in Kamloops, she was hired to direct Burnaby Chorus, now West Coast, and for a while would mentor the interim director of Burnaby, sending cassette tapes of rehearsals back and forth, and then jumping on a bus once a month and taking over the director's duties at Burnaby. After some time doing this, Joey moved back to the West Coast, and I believe it was 1983 and became Burnaby's full-time director.
That's when I met her. I went to Burnaby Chorus in 1989 specifically to sing for Joey Mitchell. I mean, she was becoming legendary even then. She'd already managed to win a couple of regional quartet championships, first with her quartet freestyle and then with Guess Again. And she was arranging entire musicals for the chorus and a swath of big band music. No one was doing what Joey was doing as an arranger in the region, and it was exciting. We sang a chorus line, Moonlight Serenade, Jukebox Saturday Night, In the Mood with all those overlays, Somewhere Out There. So many magnificent arrangements, even then.
I've heard about that. She directed Burnaby Chorus until she retired for the first time in 1991.
I remember the music team meeting when she told us she was leaving. I was still pretty new, but people were crying. I mean, she had other things she needed to do, like raise her kids. But even though she wasn't in a chorus after 1991, she did stay involved in the region, coaching, mentoring, arranging, and teaching all through the 1990s.
And don't forget, during that time, she was also one of Go-Go Quartet's 7 baritones.
That's right. That's right. Throughout this era of her Sweet Adeline's career, she made time to support new directors in the region. Sandy Marin considers Joey an important mentor on her journey as Lionsgate Chorus's new director at that time. I was directing West Coast when Joey decided to return as a singer in 2003. It was a real blessing when she walked through those doors. I was starting to struggle, and she helped me in her supportive style for a good year. And when I did decide to resign, I knew the chorus was in masterful hands. And she became West Coast director again in 2004.
And no surprise, a master director in 2007. While directing West Coast, Joey initiated the four-headed dragon, or director team concept, with 4 co-directors. This concept was created to share the considerable workload, as you know, with being a musical director of a chorus. Joey continued directing and mentoring this team of directors for a couple of years. Eventually, Joey retired from the directing team, and Ann Downton took over as the solo director of the chorus, becoming, at 21 years old, the youngest master director in Sweet Adeline's history. Soon after that, Joey ultimately retired as a singing member. She holds a lifetime membership with West Coast and maintains close ties with the chorus to this day. Joey is still a special friend and a mentor to Anne. To quote her, "I'd be a fraction of the musician, the director, and person I am if it wasn't for this woman."
That's amazing. I think there are many members in Region 26 who've been developed by Joey Mitchell. Joey's left her mark on Region 26 in other ways as well. Over her decades of service to our region, Joey has spearheaded many ideas, some of which have been incorporated into our annual events. For example, she organized and directed the first ever Region 26 Family Chorus.
Yeah. And didn't she direct first ever Young Women in Harmony Chorus at the very first night?
Yeah. And she also initiated the Winners Circle, which was to give Region 26 quartet champions an opportunity to bond and recognize new members. And she even wrote and donated a song called the Winners Circle so we could use it for that purpose. Oh, I remember one other thing she did too. She introduced an Arrangers Award, and she was regional arrangers were recognized for participating in a competition, and then the awards would be handed out on the regional weekend. So that was cool too.
Do you know that she has served on the regional education faculty over a span of 4 decades?
Wow.
You mentioned at the start that she was our very first DMA in 1981. In the 2010s, she returned to the RMT as director's coordinator. During her time, Joey always encouraged continuity with new members of the team. And she also insisted that Region 26 present a cohesive and professional image. And although we're paying tribute to Joey's regional contributions today, Joey Minchell has also certainly left her mark internationally as well. Most recently, and probably the pinnacle of Joey's arrangement career, and became the region's very first master music arranger. This honor has been awarded to only a very few arrangers in the history of Sweet Adelines, and is reflective of Joey's impressive contributions in the Sweet Adeline arranging world.
Another thing I really appreciate about Joey is how she's constantly challenging herself to stretch, to be uncomfortable, and to move forward. Joey was the first arranger in the organization to publicly purge her arrangement list of racial repertoire and encourage others to do the same. She's been a vocal advocate of inclusion and eliminating racialized music from the barbershop repertoire, and she has modeled how arrangers can have an impact here through her own actions.
She's also a beloved coach, not only in Region 26, but around the world. Her impact on every chorus that works with her can be seen on the regional stage each year, and her support and admiration for every performer is really visible.
So true. I can remember being at our own regional contest and watching Joey stand for every chorus and quartet that crossed the stage that day. We know when we see her in the audience that we have a loving recipient for our efforts. Someone who doesn't see us for our score, but for our heart and our love of what we do together.
Funny thing is, though, even though Joey has a lot of titles and credentials as a result of her work in Region 26 and throughout Sweet Adelines, Joey doesn't covet titles or the spotlight. She's quite private as an individual and not very keen on large crowds. She prefers a quiet one-on-one and a meaningful conversation, nor is she a competitive person. Joey has worked hard over the years to come to terms with the competition culture of Sweet Adelines, because she values above all the music and the connection we experience in doing this thing we do together. Contributions from all members, all quartets, and all choruses are celebrated in Joey's world. The thing that drives her isn't the title that comes with the achievement. It's the connection, the service, the joy of helping others to grow. That's what fuels Joey.
Yeah, she keeps an eye on people too. Classic Joey is always watching to see who needs a bit of encouragement or validation or love. And every now and then she shines her light on somebody who needs it. It's one of the reasons we love her. And I never feel judged by Joey. She just makes me want to do better.
Yes, all of Region 26 knows the name Joey Minchell.
True. If you sing in Region 26, it's quite likely that you have one of her wonderful arrangements in your chorus's repertoire.
It's probable that you have been coached by her, or possibly you've had the pleasure of having her as a musical director.
Yeah, perhaps you've been mentored by her in some capacity or collaborated with her on a custom arrangement.
Maybe you served with her in a regional leadership capacity.
If you are truly fortunate, you've been the recipient of her quiet wisdom, her supportive words, and her steady gaze that somehow pierces your soul and lets you know that you are seen and appreciated just as you are. To quote Stacy Rose, our regional marketing coordinator, to us, Joey is much more than an amazing arranger. To Region 26, Joey is instrumental in the creation of our culture and values. It is her original vision and heart for connection that helps guide our path as a region. She is a friend, an amazing human being, an inspiration, and a mentor to so many.
Karina and I are obviously extremely proud of our dear friend Joey. And I think Region 26 has benefited greatly from the huge part Joey has played in its growth.
So we would like to say congratulations, Joey Minchell, recipient of the Region 26 ACE Award for Achievement, Contribution, and Excellence.
Wow. I was a little early.
You're perfect.
Look at this. Would you look at this? This is beautiful. Aw. Thank you so much. Aw. Mwah. And Finn is here. Oh, this is wonderful. What? Oh, yay. My favorite thing. Thank you. I'm gonna go on the piano.
Mama, I love you.
Megan, where are you?
I'm listening, but I don't want anyone to see me. So enjoy your time.
Something's ringing. Yeah, Lynn's home. Oh God.
Congrats, my Joella.
Thank you, my Joni. I recognize your voice. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Karina and Joan and everyone. Thank you.
All right. Joey, you're fabulous, and we just love you.
Yeah.
What a deserving person to get this award. So I'm hoping you can see some of us if we do this, and just know that our hearts are just full for you. Thank you, Karina, and thank you for Joan for doing such a really nice tribute. And just, anyway, we love you, Joey.
Keep clapping because I didn't get all the screens yet.
All right, more clapping, more clapping. I do believe in Joey. I do believe in Joey.
That's awesome. Hello, hi Judy.
Hi, Grina. And you know Joey loves a good sea shanty, Cheryl, so you could sing again.
Oh, glory. I'll spare you all. I promise. Okay. All right. As much as we would just love to stay here and give you all of our love, just know you have it. And we'll move on.
More sea shanty.
God bless you, woman. Okay. We are so fortunate in Region 26, besides having Joey, to have a lot of Queens of Harmony in the region and those associated with it. And we are proud of their accomplishments. And when they are on the stage, it just fills our hearts with joy and pride. These women have always been so supportive of musical and personal growth and willing to share their knowledge. Tonight, we get a special chance to ask them questions. So if there are things you have always wanted to know about our queens, the time has come. Your time has come. If you would please turn off your video feed so that we can just see the queens on the screen, that would be great. Please do. Pat Fry and Kelly Collins are hosting this session and they're monitoring questions. So pop them into the chat privately, right? So send them either to Pat or to Kelly Collins. And okay, video feeds off and let's talk to the queens.
Hello.
Outside in the garage, and I was like, okay, I'm not sleeping anymore.
Oh my goodness. Was that a question?
Where's Pat? I don't see Pat.
Oh, here I am. Here I am. Here I am.
There you are. Hi, Pat.
Hi, you guys. How are you?
Walking tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, so I'd be happy to ask some questions but I have some here. If there are no. Lori.
Can I just say something? First of all, I would just like to say how awesome it is to see all the queens that we have in our region and to just see you all. It's been such a long time, I feel like. And it's so nice that we can have people from out of town or whatever, out of our region that are here with us tonight. Michelle and Judy and Nikki and everybody that are here tonight. It's just awesome. Oh, there's Deanne. We need to get Deanne in this little group here. We're not highlighting her somehow. Anyway, hi everybody. Hi Karina. Nice to see you.
Hi Elaine. I miss you.
I miss you too.
All right, you want to recognize Lori? I think Lori has her hand up here. Lori, do you want to unmute?
Funny ears.
Or not. That's okay. Maybe Lori's husband is chatting with her at the moment. But I do have some questions already. So this one is actually directed at Frenzy. So maybe Anne or Nikki. For some of us, your entire journey is something we've observed over the years, and we saw the changes in personnel. And what did you hear and feel and experience or know that made you choose to make those personnel changes? And how did you know that you finally had the right combo?
That's a good question.
Isn't it, though? It's long. Sorry.
That's an excellent question. I think I'm sure any of the queens would agree that going on to become a queen quartet is quite the journey, and it really is like a marriage times a million. You spend so much time together, and along the way you kind of find differences in maybe goals. There's just so much that goes into being a foursome in terms of goals, in terms of money, in terms of receiving coaching, in terms of how you want to perform, in terms of what kind of repertoire you want to sing. And it kind of felt like every step of the way when we had a personnel change, you kind of felt something changed. The dynamic always changed. I'm sure any one of us would say we loved every single person we sang with. There was no question about it. And I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. I don't know, maybe Nikki, you have something to say about what it felt like when we got our foursome that ended up winning.
Ruby Ray once said that to find a winning quartet was kind of just like a miracle, because really every quartet in the top 10 is good, and any of them could win just based on skill, but there's that like special something that the winning quartet has, and that just comes down to chemistry sometimes. So it just kind of happened over time, and I think we explored it first when Judy just gave us the diva package to begin with, and I was terrified of doing it, and I trusted Judy, and we got a good response, and I was like, all right, game's on. Here we go. But it also comes down to like voice fit too. There's, fit is like hair color. It is or it isn't sometimes. And it's just, actually, funny story. I auditioned for Martini with Michelle.
That's right. At the same weekend.
At the same weekend. Girl, let me just say, when you're going to audition for like a top 5 quartet, to do it next to someone of that caliber is humbling, to say the least. And it was so funny because at the end, they went upstairs, they listened, and they got some feedback, and they came down, and they were like so nice, and they felt so bad, and they were like, okay, if there's a chance for us to like have a foursome, we think the better fit is with Michelle. And I was like, okay, cool. And they were like, we're so sorry. And I was like, no, that's okay. Like it's fit. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm not her. I don't sound like her. And then I was like, but I am gonna go to Dress Barn on the way home because I don't have one near me. And they were like, are you sure you're okay? And I was like, yeah, like fit is just, it's one of those things. So I
think it's funny when I look at this screen of faces, and I have sung with almost every single one of you in a quartet, in Mojo, in Brava, in Martini, in Sandy and I sing the same voice part, but we are always in and around each other on these.
You get around there.
We just keep filling in for each other.
Our crowns are intertwined, like we each have a piece of each other's, because Martini and Brava, yeah. That's amazing what Nikki just said about Michelle and Nikki auditioning for Martini. I'd forgotten about that too.
I did too until you just said that.
That's awesome. That's a fun journey.
Okay, I have another question. I think you guys are ready for this. This one is for Martini. Oh, this one's interesting, and I often wonder this too. Are there any specific foods that you have to avoid before performing? I see Karina laughing.
You can eat anything. I think so.
Don't
It's
ask
not in the
Shannon.
morning, right, Karina?
Don't stay at Carol Persinger's and have her make you beans for dinner or your rehearsal. But, we got to know each other really well that weekend. It was pretty fun.
It was more than just musical.
Beans are dangerous.
We were extra musical that night. She would take us in for weekends when, bless Carol, she's gone from us and we miss her, but she would take us in for a whole weekend and we would stay in the little bunkhouse out in her driveway, and she would make us non-singer friendly foods. Like, we had the most incredible mac and cheese. There were 4 different cheeses in it, stuff like that. You go back to the cabin, you'd be all glucky, and then another visit. It's midnight here. I'm so tired. The beans were very funny.
We all have a track on our recording from that weekend, and the name of it is Beans. But
I think we're getting too much information here.
it's 11 o'clock where I live, so I'm also equally tired.
That's hilarious. Okay. All right. So this one now is for Brava. So Brava, can you please describe the secret sauce that champion quartets have? Is it vocal blend? Are they, I guess we talked a little bit about this with Frenzy, but can you describe the secret sauce that champion quartets have, that vocal blend? What are you listening for? What are you feeling? And comment on kind of how you found your secret sauce and how you got to your blend of characters.
Do you want me to start? Oh, there's Deanne. Hi, Deanne.
Oh, hi, Deanne.
We were missing you. Brava kind of started in a closet. I remember being asked to come into the closet at the rehearsal in, where was it? New Westminster, I think. The Burnaby had a rehearsal in New Westminster, and we were all brought into a closet, and Diane Fairview was there and Lynn and Sandy, and the 4 of us sang, and it was instantaneous. We knew there was something special right away. And it was like, whoa. And we kind of knew there was something more than just some of the parts, if you know what I mean. We had a feeling, at least I did, when we sang together like that. The others can comment on.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, that's the key ingredient. I mean, you know when it feels right. It's like Elaine said, it's more than just some of the parts. There's a sizzle, there's a lock, there's chills everywhere. That's the magic, and it's rare. It's hard to find, but man, when that happens, it's pretty amazing. And then later we had it with Shannon, of course.
I was going to say, I remember hearing your foursome. Pat Branch had Burnaby Chorus had a barbecue at her farmhouse, and I remember watching you guys sing, thinking, there is no way on God's green earth I am ever going to sing in a quartet. There's no way I can get up and do that.
That's how Diane felt too. We had to talk her into competing the following spring, but that weekend you were talking about, Shannon, was actually the weekend we formed.
Yeah,
that was when we first got together, and we tricked Diane into joining us.
Shannon would go home after every rehearsal, and her husband would say, "Did they kick you out yet?"
Oh,
now she's got 2 crowns. She's amazing.
Awesome. Okay. Does anyone else in the room, the beautiful room that we're all in, have any questions? I have some more here, but I'd be happy to take any other questions from anyone. Just unmute yourself if you like.
Looks like Marcia's got her hand up, Pat.
Does she? Thank you. Unmute, Marcia.
Okay, I started my video, but I forgot to unmute. I wanted to ask of Michelle that, her mother was a Queen of Harmony. And I really wonder how the actual experience of becoming a queen differed from what she might have visualized or thought of as she grew up with her mother as a queen. So I wanted to ask her that.
That's interesting because I was actually with my mother today, and so she actually won before I was born, so I didn't really know her before she was a queen. She was younger than I was when she won. She was 28 years old. So, I thought everybody's mothers had crowns and were queens. I just thought that was something moms did. But as I got older and started going with her, she really fostered my participation in Sweet Adeline's, more so than probably a lot of people do with their daughters. I was going to regional events with her as early as 9 or 10 years old, just following her around. Singing I would go to chorus rehearsals and sing on the risers, even though I wasn't old enough to be a member of Sweet Adeline's. My chorus actually petitioned International to let me join early so I could compete in our regional, which was on my 14th birthday. So I don't, there are a lot of people that hold Sweet Adeline's or this hobby as their time away from family, but my mom really embraced me coming in. And so when I started, I was very shy. I didn't want to sing in a quartet. I didn't want to be in front on the front row. I wanted to be off, kind of off to the side. And as I got older and kind of found my voice with her help, for sure, it became, a bigger goal for me. And I didn't really anticipate that it would happen as quickly as it did, or even at all, because I had sung in some local quartets here in my region, even sang with my mom in my first 2 quartets, and had done well at the regional level, but never really had an idea that I was capable of doing something as grand as what my mom had done. So when Martini kind of almost fell in my lap a little bit, thanks to Sandy, it was totally a dream come true. It was very much like a whirlwind experience for me to go from that level of competition into a top 10, top 5 quartet experience, and then to actually win. My mom was there. It was her quartet's 40th anniversary of their win, when Martini won, and so we're celebrating 10 years since we won. They're having their 50th this year. So and they're all 4 still close, very close friends, just like sisters. It would have been probably, I think, the first time that I can remember, maybe not ever, that all 4 of the 50-year quartet would have been at International had we had one this year. They were all going to be there in person. So just to see them, see the way that they love each other after 50 years, it's certainly been an inspiration, not just from a musical standpoint, but from a relationship standpoint, and just all of the things that Sweet Adeline's brings to us, not just the music, which is very important, but all of those great things that we can all strive for in our relationships and our choruses and our quartets and everything. She's certainly been the pinnacle of that for me.
Very lucky.
Thank you for asking that.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is for everybody, because I know you've all been in this situation and we all strive to be, but I mean, not everybody. I mean, just you guys. At International, all the quartets are standing in a row waiting for their placement at the end when they're about to announce the 10. How stressful was that, smiling away as they count down and it goes on? Can you guys give us a couple of memories about those moments?
I just remember my feet hurting. I mean, among other things, but that was definitely a focus.
I remember my heart pounding so hard I thought everybody could hear it, especially the second time we came second. And then that last time, that call up was probably the most stressful because we didn't want to come second again. We would have been happy with that, but not really. But when that call off was probably for me, that was the most emotional. Not that I'm an emotional person at all. But yeah, that was hard. You know, the thing is, I know you watch us and we all clap and cheer for the people that are ahead of us, or with that, but that's a genuine thing.
Yeah.
It's not we're clapping because we have to. We're clapping because it's so darn hard to get there.
Yeah.
And you know how hard everybody works and how much they all want to be in that. Some of the new ones are just happy to be in the bottom 5. The ones that are there for a long time, they want those big lady pins and they want the top 3 at the very least. And that's really true. I mean, we're not unhappy with the 5th place, but you know what I mean? It's just it's an incredibly tense, emotional, fun, loving and caring moment.
I remember the year that Frenzy came second. The prior year we'd come 7th, 8th, 7th, I believe.
5th,
No,
Judy.
But close.
No.
It was 5th.
We
7,
were
5,
4th.
2, 1.
Oh, I don't know. I remember one year. Clearly, I don't remember anything. But I remember the year that we came second in particular, where I literally thought they forgot to, as they were going, the next contestant. And I remember thinking they forgot us, like they forgot to announce us because they hadn't announced us yet. And there was no way that we would be still left when they announced 3rd place. So that was pretty amazing moment, and pretty kind of concerning because I thought they forgot us.
Or we got disqualified or something.
Right.
That's more like it.
I remember the year we won, I think all of our nails were digging into each other's shoulders in that line. And as they announced 2nd place, the thing I remember vividly is Nikki turning around to me and saying, "Does that mean we won?" And of course I'm full on ugly crying. And I was like, I think that means we won.
Scars and all on your shoulders.
Totally.
I love the picture, Bravo, when we won, when they called second and we realized that we had won. And I know that Elaine, Lynn, and Sandy had been in it a lot longer than I had, I think 12 years at that point. They're bawling and crying and their faces. And then I'm just smiling away. It's like, which one of these doesn't go with the others? I can still see that photo. It was very cool.
Very cool. Okay, I have another one that's where'd it go? Okay, this is from one of our newer members, and her name is Alice, and as a newbie to Sweet Adelines, she calls herself a newbie to Sweet Adelines and Barbershop. What would be your best advice to begin on the quartet journey versus the regular full chorus singing? So she's brand new into the organization and she loves both, but she wants some advice on the quartet journey and how to approach it, I guess.
Just do it. I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but I think a lot of times we put limits on ourselves, or we come up with a bunch of excuses as to why we can't or shouldn't. And really the truth of the matter is we don't know what we don't know until we do it. So to put ourselves out there, even if you don't compete, even if you're just getting together with some friends on a regular basis in a quartet to sing for the joy of singing, just do it, because that's really at the end of the day how you figure out what you want to do, what you want out of the experience. And I mean, I know that's what happened in my very first quartet. And we didn't know what we were doing, and we had a great time. And, that was the beginning of the end, so to speak, for me personally.
I think newer quartets also worry a lot about do we have a good match? And we should sing for a 5th ear so that they can tell us if we have good promise and stuff. I think sometimes that's jumping the gun a little bit, just sing together and get to know each other and have a little bit of fun before you're like worried about whether it's a good match and whether you want to buy the same shirt.
And that's the beginning too. If you decide you want to sing with 4 people, even if it is just for fun, make sure everybody's on the same page. Like if you've got 3 people that just want to have fun and 1 who wants to get on the stage tomorrow, then I would consider another venue or another route. But yeah, go for it. Go for it. There's plenty of opportunities to sing there will be plenty of opportunities to sing in the future. In your chorus, find a corner, sing around a little bit, mix it up with different people and see if there's a common thread of either friendship or good voices or whatever. But the bottom line is have fun. Don't make it a chore.
And I agree with Judy too. Like just do it. The closest friends you will make in the organization will be the people that you quartetted with. Like I feel super fortunate about the people I've sung with. I'm looking at a lot of them right now, but you've seen the 5'4" video. I mean, that's 30 years ago. We are still like sisters. It's such an important, for me, and for many, it's such an important aspect of being part of Sweet Adelines is those bonds that you make. And when you join your voice to 3 other people, the experiences you have there, they're intimate. There's just such a great sense of belonging and knowing, and it's remarkable. And when you try it, you'll know what I mean. Just do it. I agree with Judy. Yeah.
It's like a really good marriage.
4 ways. Yeah.
Awesome. Great advice, you guys. Thank you for that.
Can I just add something, Pat, to that?
Yeah.
I would say also to that, because I agree with everything said, but I would also say just be willing to learn together. I think my quartet experience just taught me so much, and I was directing a lot through the time that I was quartetting, and it taught me so much that I was able to use in my chorus life. But also, it inspired me to, like when I went to director seminars, I would try and sing with other queens so that I could see what it sounded like and what, and kind of just learning together and bringing things to each other. It's a really, can be a very cooperative and uplifting for everybody experience.
Cool. I have a question for everyone from each of the quartets, and that is this question's from Fran Thornson. Thank you, Fran. I have a question. What are each of the quartet's favorite songs? Tuffy, I know, eh?
Shannon, I know yours is Bumblebee.
Fran.
I
love Bumblebee.
I think it's easier to ask which of our individual songs are our favorites, because I don't know about the other quartets, but we sang so many amazing songs that were, arrangements that were amazing to sing. It's hard to pick one. That some of them we can't sing anymore, so it's kind of hard to name one that's an all-around favorite with each. I don't know.
I think the one that I love, that even, we've sung it a million times and we haven't sung for a while, but every time I sing it, I get chills at the exact same spot, even though I know what's coming, I know what the punchline is, and that's Guess Who I Saw Today. That song just, we all know what the punchline is, but the chills are every single time. Joey, you're a master. Well, you are a master.
Martini, what's your favorite song?
I don't know, but I can't speak for everybody, but I know mine.
Well, clearly you need to speak though, because
mine to sing for sure is Glockamora. I think before we won, when we were competing with it, well, you're going to hear more about it tomorrow, but it kind of transcended the work that we were doing. It got into, and a big thanks to Judy. She's one of the coaches that worked with us that kind of helped us get over that performance, making it more of a performance. And now every time we sing it, I still remember what Judy worked with us on. I still remember what coaches worked with us on, but I remember that moment on stage when we sang it in Houston, and it just brings back so many memories, so many visual things that just fly through my brain. And for me, that's just, I love when we sing it. I love to listen to it. It's just, that's for me is, I don't know about the other three. I'm sure we've sung a lot of songs over the years, but that one sticks out for me the most.
Who haven't we heard from?
Well, my personal favorite is Sweet Caroline, because it's the first time I had a bass melody. Hello. So that's mine.
And you got to be a lounge singer, Judy. Hey!
My people. Yes. I was home. Finally, I was home after so many years.
Okay, I think we've got to wrap it up pretty soon. I've got one more question. Where did it go? Where did it go? This one is, how important is, I should know who this was from, but I don't at the moment. How important is performing for audiences in your progression or in your progress?
Yeah, very.
Frenzy literally created performance opportunities before a contest. We always just invited people to Nikki's parents' home. They were kind enough to throw us. We always called it our Frenzy food
wine
and cheese fundraiser. But we would literally do it to test things out, because jokes that we thought were amazingly hilarious were not. And oftentimes from that to a few weeks later at International, we'd completely change things based on feedback from the audience, which was always so amazingly important to our success.
Yes, a song comes alive. It comes to life when you put it in front of people. Like, you learn so much about the song and what Ann said, its impact on the audience. When Martini went to Houston, we hadn't sung for people very much. We were still a new foursome. I was new in the foursome. Michelle was only a year old. So we had chorus members there, and we would walk up to them and say, ask us to sing. Because we knew that we had to sing those songs all week so that we could get really comfortable. And fortunately, everyone was like, sure, we'll ask you to sing, because we didn't want to just start singing, but we knew if we started singing, an audience would come. And we did that. We did probably 20 performances that week in that way, plus singing for our regions. By the time we got to stage, it felt very comfortable. So there's that too. You learn about the music you're singing and the audience, how they're going to respond to it, but you also learn about each other and how you're going to respond to each other, and you build trust as you get those good performances in the bag. And that was really important for us.
It also builds confidence. So
Yeah.
when you're singing, especially at a convention, when you go to a hotel lobby and sing and draw a crowd, it really builds your confidence before you go on the competition stage. Hopefully, I should say hopefully.
Yeah.
You draw a crowd.
Perform and actually do what you want to do on stage in front of an audience. It's pretty hard to continue to do it against a wall or something, or just, when you're foursome. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about giving what it is to the audience. I need to look at people and act. I get to act. I get to perform, and it's so much fun. The reaction people have when you're done, or if you do something spectacular in the middle, or even if you screw up and you laugh, that it's always the reactions are always favorable from an audience. They're never going to say, oh my god, you suck, even if you mess up. So yeah, the opportunity to perform for someone is awesome.
Awesome. That was from Lori Vanyo. I'm sorry, Lori, for maybe mispronouncing your last name. I apologize. Deanne, we haven't heard from you. How are you?
Am I muted?
Am I muted or something?
Oh, you're not. I
Oh,
just
okay.
was. I'm so sorry. I haven't actually directed anything, and I found you suddenly. So,
That's okay.
What's your
I started to talk a couple times, but I just spoke at the time other people were talking.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite song?
I definitely agree with Michelle. My favorite is still Glockamora, and we've talked about it. It doesn't matter if we haven't sung it for a while. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. We can just pull that one out. And at first it seemed like such a difficult song, but now it feels like the song I love the most, and it rolls out of us easily, and we just love performing it for people.
Well, that's wonderful. Wow, you guys, this has been wonderful, and I know all of the region has just been lapping up everything, and just to be able to see your beautiful shining faces here tonight, it brings joy to a lot of people. So hearing a little bit about your journey has been wonderful. So thank you so much. And I'm getting teary. I have to wrap this up before it gets really ugly. So Cheryl, I'm sure you're probably ready to give us another round of the sea shanty. Because
not in front of the Queens, I'm not. Thank you all very much.
It's a Queen shanty. Sing one.
Sweet. We'll think about that one. Okay. Thank you, Brava. Thank you, Martini. Thank you, Frenzy. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Pat, for moderating. How wonderful to have you here and just to listen to your marvelously human experience as being a queen. It's a pleasure. Okay. Phew. Well, we are embarking on a weekend of great learning experiences and memories and surprises. Lots of those to come. And I'd like to introduce you to one last member of our Hearts of Harmony chorus to help us get into the spirit. Donna Potts joined us just in time to compete in that last contest. And well, let's just say she found a few things kind of puzzling. So in her inimical way, she wrote a song about it. And so here she is, or rather her alter ego, Gladys, to sing her contest version of Crazy.
Crazy, was I crazy for joining with this crew? They speak Singlish, not English. Now what will I do? What are diphthongs? It sounds like it might be uncomfortable. And those vowels, I miss A-E-I-O and U. Worry with directors, I really do worry. Wondering if one day their arms will fall off. Ooh, that's my soul. Was I crazy for thinking that breathing would be easy? They say don't lift your shoulders, hold that note there forever. If I pass out, don't worry about me. Crazy, I'm crazy, but I think that I'll stay. I'll always need more air. I'll stand even though I want a chair. But more than anything, I know you care. Sneak breath. There.
Thank you, Donna. Or Gladys, whichever one you prefer. They both appear fairly regularly. Okay, it's your turn. One last song, ladies. And I was going to say, let's get up and sing, but no one has done that yet. So, not even the members of my own chorus, and I am watching you, just in case you are wondering, ladies, all 24 of you. So there. Let's sing Hooked on a Feeling, the acceptable version. Here we go.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Boy, you just don't realize what you do to me. Da 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 da. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. And I'm hooked on a feeling, ooh, high on believing that you're in love with me. Ba 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 da 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 da, ba ba da da. Lips as sweet as candy. The taste stays here with me. Boy, you've got me thirsty for another martini. I've got it bad for you, babe, but I don't need a cure. There's no cure. I'll just stay addicted and hope I can endure all the good love when we're all alone. You're the one, boy, how you turn me on. And I'm hooked on a feeling, ooh, high on believing that you're in love with me. Ba 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 da 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 da. Hooked on a feeling, high on believing, oh yeah. Hooked on a feeling, high on believing. We're in love, yes, we're in love. Could this be love?
Yay, well done, everybody. Good singing. Thank you to everyone for being here tonight and for all who participated and created videos and tributes. I have loved your creativity. Well done. And I just think you're all so amazing. Well done, Region 26. Starting right now, though, I'm going to turn the rest of the evening over to Southern Accord, who have worked hard to host a social hour, and I'm pretty sure that there are surprises and some interesting stuff coming right up. So stick around, talk to each other, do some kibitzing, and thanks for being here. Enjoy the social hour with Southern Accord. Here you go.
Hi, everybody. Well, we're just got to get ourselves unmuted and stuff here. Carol. I'm Jill. I'm the director for Southern Accord. I wasn't planning on talking tonight, so just have to find our people that were. And if Stacy or whoever can make me a co-host, please.
You are a co-host.
Okay, I am great.
I was just going to encourage everybody to make sure that you stand up and go grab something to drink and your snacks, because this is just like the time when we're in our hotel rooms after a wonderful first night program. So I'm going to give you a sec to do that, and then we'll get all set up and get started. Please come back. We're going to have some fun.
Where's Stacy?
Jill, just let me know when you're ready.
Anytime you are.
Okay.
Carol, can you start your video, please? Thank you.
Okay. I'll tell you that I am having some technical problems, and you don't really need to see me for this, but we'll see how it goes. So I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the lands of the Blackfoot people of the Canadian Plains, and we pay respect to the Blackfoot people past, present, and future, while recognizing and respecting their cultural heritage, beliefs, and relationship to the land. I have to say that I'm hoping that the technology works here. All of a sudden couldn't get Zoom on my computer this week, which drove me crazy. But I remember my director saying to me when I first started, when we were at our first contest, that the Sweet Adeline's audiences are the best audiences in the world because they always want you to succeed. So I'm going with that, and I know how patient everybody's being. So welcome Region 26 to Sociable Time with Southern Accord Chorus. We're coming to you from unpredictable, chilly Lethbridge, Alberta, 19 degrees yesterday and 3 today. I'm Carol, president of Southern Accord. We're calling this the Sociable Hour. You're going to love this, Cheryl, in honor of the Year of the Sea Shanty and our maritime friends who call for a sociable whenever they offer a toast. So this is great practice for anybody who's planning a trip to the Maritimes in the future. I know Pacific Edge was. I don't know how that's going now. So we have many things to toast tonight. Feel free to use the alcohol or non-alcoholic drink of your choice. So raise your glass when you see this sign, and in between if you're so inclined. So let's start with a toast to our region for pulling this event together. So when I say sociable, then stand up and take a big drink. Sociable. Sociable. We are so proud of our group and all the choruses in our region who have not just survived, but thrived this year of uncertainty. We're glad you're here with us tonight and hope you're comfortable and cozy with your favorite drinks and snacks. Stick around because we're giving you a chance to get to know a little bit about us and something about each other. This past year, Southern Accord has lost members and gained a member so that we're now at 34. And through all of this, we're still standing. In the beginning, we tried singing outside. I mean, really outside. That is hay bales in the back there. Trying to figure out what the appropriate PPE that we needed was. That's our director, all geared up. We might have gone a little overboard at first, but who knew what to do? We've relied on Zoom with a few theme nights. We have tried Jamulus, the Jamulus app, to try singing together, although this technology is extra challenging. The bonus, though, was that interesting people from around the world will sometimes drop in and listen or even jam with you. We weren't sure if we could tackle it, but we did create a virtual song using everything at our disposal for the production. And this might be a surprise to some of my chorus members, but we just voted to do something called Carber Shop. So this was a trial we did last weekend. And I know some other choruses are using this technology, but it's a way that we can sing together while observing all COVID precautions, because everyone stays in their car and sings with a mic. And our director can actually direct us. Yay. So a toast to creativity and lifelong learning. Sociable. I'd like to welcome everybody to contest weekend. I can tell that there's there's always lots of excitement in the air. It's a chance to catch up with friends and acquaintances from other choruses. So here we are at post first night. You might call it a team building or bonding in your hotel room where we would be tonight. Come along with us for some fun as we get ready for contest. We can't forget that there are many among us who have never been to real contest before. Some of our members who joined 2 years ago, like my friends Wanda and Carol. So Wanda, did you bring the snacks for tonight? Oh, gee, I'm not sure that we were very clear on the information. Maybe try again. Oh, that's better. And what about something to drink? Well, we know Wanda's choice will always be wine because she has been to France to help her daughter and son-in-law in their vineyard. And Carol, the energy drinks are a great idea because usually the weekend can be a marathon between late nights and early mornings. Carol, now, have you checked your costume? Uh-oh, well, it's a long way home to go back for one shoe, but someone will have a spare or share, I'm sure, because that's what Sweet Adelines do. We're always ready to help each other. So I think what we should do now is review the video that Michelle did for us about getting ready for contest. If you know Michelle, you know that she's a diva, a lead for our quartet Sassé. And she is a queen with TikTok.
Good morning, ladies of Southern Accord Chorus. Happy Contest Day. So last night we had a little fun after the quartets back in my room. A few drinks were drank. I'm not saying who. You know who you are. You didn't leave till really late. Thus the bags. So we need to take care of all this before we can go out on the stage. So next time you see me, we'll be ready. Here we are through the magic of movies. 1 minute naked, the next minute just fabulous. Our makeup's all done. We probably went and saw Barb, I don't know, 4 or 5 times before we got it all right. But here we are and we look perfect. Now just one thing left to do, and that is get dressed. Yay!
So that's part 1, and now we have part 2 coming up. Very instructive for newbies.
All right, kids, it's time to start getting dressed, and that means putting on your Spanx. Nobody likes them. They're very uncomfortable. I don't know how you're supposed to go to the bathroom in them, but I'm gonna go grab a couple of my friends because it's gonna take at least 3 of us for me to get into these. See you in a little bit. Oh, well, here we are, all ready and in our outfits. And we're good to go. We've been up to see Terry. She's checked us out. She's given us the thumbs up. Now all we have to do is wait for our turn to start the traffic pattern. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Michelle. That was really instructive and I'm sure helpful for many choruses. Now, Elizabeth, do you have some thoughts about contest?
I sure do. I have a few thoughts about what our upcoming year is going to be like. Unmute. Let our music ring. Engagement, celebration, encouragement. Just to keep our lighthearted mood going. The comedy committee has asked that I share some insights into what the upcoming year might look like. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyhow, just a little advice. Don't take anything that I say seriously. I hope that I can bring a few more laughs to your night. Okay, picture this. 6 months from now, October 2021, all smiling and vaccinated. There'll be no more Zooming. Back onto the risers, fully dressed with shirts and pants. No more gym jams and no more drinking white sparkly while the directors are talking. Only ice water allowed. We have to shake it up and smarten up and bring back some semblance of pre-COVID structure. We get to sing together and practice. and practice and sing together. We get to sing and laugh our way through rehearsals again. And as we all know, the tenor gets all the twiddly bits. They are so irritatingly talented, and everyone has to be nice to them so they don't leave. And the leads, well, we get to blame them when we go down into the Valley of the Flats. They lead us, and they do it with such confidence, thinking that each note is a solo. And the Berries, well, they know that while the leads are screeching away on a high A, they are being forced to sing elaborative passages full of sharps and flats and tricks of rhythm, and nobody is noticing because the leads are singing too loud, and the basses usually are too. The Berries get all the great intervals, and when they miss a note, nobody gets hurt. What's the definition of a Berry? Well, she's a lead that can read music. And the basses, well, what can I say? I'm a bass, as you can tell from my endless supply of Berry jokes. The basses sing the lowest of anybody, and that basically explains everything. We are solid, dependable people. We often sing the same note for an entire page, and we compensate for this by singing as loudly as we can get away with. Most of us are really tuba players at heart. When we make a mistake, the other three parts cover for us. So we continue on our merry way, knowing that sometime, somehow, we'll end up at the root of the chord. I can hardly wait until Jill, now she's our director, says, okay, stop. What happened there? And the leads will say, it was the Berries. And the Berries will say, it was us. And the tenors will say, was there a wrong note? And the basses will say, what page are we on? Or what piece are we singing? And then we have Sheila. Sheila's beside me, keeps talking to me about the same blasted chord. And then all of a sudden, it's January 2022. Contest in Saskatoon. It's a season when the director slowly gets more and more insane as the competition season creeps closer. Last minute choreo changes, and the director's preaching to the choir again. More singing and practicing and searching for a costume that I don't look too tempting in, and packing for contest. Remembering the makeup and the curlers and the tweezers and the Spanx. Don't forget your medicines. Bring the right ones. Last time I took the wrong pills, and when I looked at what I'd swallowed, I realized that I wouldn't have ticks or fleas for the next 6 months. We all get to travel again. I miss traveling, booking our flights all together. Air Canada has missed us. I keep getting their emails saying stuff like, we're in this together. Nonsense. Where were they when my suitcase was 51.5 pounds? However, I do miss flying. I even miss the middle seats. And then we get to check into the hotel. Oh, so exciting. We scope out our rooms. We scope out the view. We bounce on the beds. We check out the mini bar. Oh, the mini bar, it's packed. It allows us to see the future and find out what ginger ale is going to cost in 2030. We get to peek through the room and into the shower, checking it out. Last year, I wasn't sure. When I peeked in, there were spiders. And I wasn't sure if I just washed the spider down the drain or if he saw me naked and willfully leapt to his death. We get to run around the hotel, meeting old friends, making sure to go to bed early, wink, wink. Waking up and getting dressed to go on stage, curlers and false eyelashes, plucking eyebrows and the chin hairs that we call stray eyebrows. Makeup check and costume check and checking up your sleeves. No, really check up your sleeves. Last year I had a dryer sheet up mine, running around and taking every opportunity to pee. And new word, shittering, which is another word for shedding glitter wherever we go. Getting in the flow, greasing up the teeth, standing on stage, and then all that beautiful singing. And just quick as a flash, it's over. Afterglow. The last contest, Afterglow, was memorable. I had a few beers, followed by a few cocktails, and then, out came the fun flask. I had the sense to know that I was over the limit. So I did something that I've never done before. I took a cab back to the hotel room. Everybody would be proud of me. Sure enough, there was a police roadblock on the way home. And since it was a cab, they waved it past. I arrived back at the room safely and without incident. This was both a great relief and a surprise because I'd never driven a cab before. I don't even know where I got it from. And I don't know what to do with it. I didn't know. I left it on the side of the hotel. I forgot my new Spanx and my $30 ginger ale inside it, never to see any of it again. It just goes to show age doesn't always bring wisdom. Sometimes age comes along. It makes you wonder, when is the old enough to know better supposed to kick in? Some of our biggest mistakes make the best stories. Singing and practicing together make us all better people. We are singers who aren't afraid to carp the heck out of this deal. We're not going to go to the grave with the music still inside us. We're going to spread the laughter, share the cheer, and be happy while we're here. Have a great unmuting, everyone. Thank you.
That's so awesome. You're hilarious.
Wanda?
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry. So a toast to the time we can wear our whole costume, not just the top half of Zoom, and grace a stage somewhere. Sociable. It's time to meet some members from other choruses. You'll be automatically invited to join a breakout room. Make a note of your room number, introduce yourselves and where you're from, and then try to find one thing you all have in common that doesn't include singing, anything sweet Adelines, or gender. Be creative and try to come up with something unique. Delegate one spokesperson for your team. You'll have about 15 minutes and then come back and we'll share what you came up with.
Such a nice visit with Hearts of Harmony, with the Donna that sang Crazy.
Look, the
That was
babies.
good, wasn't it?
They're here.
That was
That
so
was so
good.
nice.
And when Hillary,
I'll do it.
yeah, really connected with them. It's very nice. Very nice. It was good.
So who is the lady with the kittens who lives on a farm?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Barb.
Barb.
Got the side. She's waving.
Oh, and what kind of a farm have you?
We have with grain and cattle. So we have 68 head of cattle, and we have about 120 chickens and 4 ducks and way more cats than I need. Does anybody want one?
My grandson would like one, but
I could sure use a barn cat right now.
Here.
Look, Trudy, they're only 4 months.
Have you seen that?
So
beautiful.
There you go, Joanne.
Have you seen that episode of Big Bang where Sheldon gets attached to the cats?
Yes.
Here's your cat and here's your $20.
They're a long ways away from me, Deanna.
Well,
so that's
I hope that everybody was able to come up with something common in your group. I'm glad we didn't have very big groups because I think it would have been quite difficult. I think we're just going to go by number and start with 1. So group number 1, your spokesperson, what do you have in common?
Hello, I am Emily from Lionsgate. I was in a group with Betty from Peace Arch, Dorothy, and Judy from Hearts of Harmony. And we found out that we are all giggling, glamorous gardeners with glasses. We had to go with the alliteration on that one. We all have glasses, we all garden, and we're all quite glamorous, as I'm sure you know.
Well, that was a lot of commonality. Thank you. Number 2.
Are we number 2?
You're number 2, Donna.
Okay. Well, amazingly enough, we all wore glasses as well. I was with Barb Whitehouse from Southern Accord, and Holly Jean from Calgary, and
Michelle from Gateway.
Michelle from Gateway, yes.
And Tori
I'm
from Southern Accord.
And who's the other girl?
Tori.
Oh yeah, and she's from Southern Accord. And okay, so we all have glasses. We're all Albertans. And the other thing that we had in common is that we're all artistic. We all do art. So I'm not sure if that's the only thing, but.
Well, we only had 15 minutes, so that was a lot. Number 3.
Nice.
Who's from number 3?
I never paid attention to our numbers, but since nobody's saying anything, then.
We're number 3.
Oh,
and
bummer.
Kathy Solomons Trudy Solomons and Kathy McDonald's were with me, and they are both from Hearts of Harmony. And we had some great discussions. We, all of us like to travel. All of us had different experiences in Europe that we talked about. And the other interest that we went on a little tangent with is investigating our ancestry and talking about our family backgrounds. And so we found that there were quite a few similarities that we had. It was a very interesting conversation. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. I was group number 4, and they told me I had to talk because I'm from Southern Accord, and I failed to write down everyone's name. And for fear of me getting it wrong, I'm going to ask each of you to say your names just so that we can hear them.
Wendy from Rhythm of the Rockies.
Joanne from Alberta Heartland.
And Laura from Gateway.
Thank you. Thanks for helping me out. And we did find a few similarities or commonalities, but the one we chose was that we'd all had a car accident and walked away from it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
You all had what and walked away from it?
Car accident.
Oh my.
One of us didn't have a speeding ticket, so we couldn't use that.
Yeah, Alberta, there's lots of speeding tickets given in Alberta. I mean,
No kidding.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Who's number 5?
I'm not certain there was anyone in room number 5 that is still here.
Okay, number 6.
So I'm Mary and I'm from Gateway and I'm speaking for our group. We had Helen from Regina. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of your group, Helen. Can you tell us?
Magic City.
Magic City?
Oh, Prairie Gold.
Prairie Gold.
Prairie Gold?
Prairie Gold.
Prairie, yeah. Isn't that right?
Prairie
Helen,
Gold.
where are you, Helen?
Prairie Gold. That would be right, Susan. Yep.
I thought maybe I'd lost my mind for a minute.
And then we had Susan McLean from Chinook Winds and Jill from Southern Accord. And we all have connections with Alberta, but we're all women who are frontline workers.
Yay.
Yay.
Hallelujah. Very nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Number 6. Or 7, sorry, number 7.
Number 7.
Okay, that would be me, Joanne
That's
from
good.
Rhythm of the Rockies.
I don't know what number I am apparently.
I'm Joe from Rhythm of the Rockies, and I was in a room with Elizabeth from Lionsgate, Sherry from Valley Echoes, and Mariana from West Coast Harmony. And the thing that we found that we have in common that isn't music, because everything we had in common had to do with music and quartetting. So what we do have in common is that we have all kept very busy during COVID and very active.
Cool.
That's good.
Thank you. Number 8.
Hi, I'm Betty from Alberta Gold, and I was with Margaret and Carol from West Coast Harmony and Vicky from Rhythm of the Rockies. It turns out that we're all extremely varied in our interests. So the thing that we found we had in common is we all had glasses. So, but to get 4 of us doing the same thing otherwise we didn't touch on it in 15 minutes.
Yeah, you have to dig pretty deep, don't you?
Yeah.
Number 9.
Okay, well, first I'll say good night to Laura. Oh, she's gone. So I knew it was a primary number. Did I get that right? The teachers in the room, number 9 is a primary number?
No.
No.
Oh, well.
Okay, so I don't know about the intelligence factor of our group, so I may be the only representative that way. But
Oh, Catherine, you're
very sociable.
I'm not near as funny as Elizabeth. I really
Oh,
needed
no.
a diaper for that
Elizabeth's
woman.
really good.
Oh my God. Anyway, such talented women here, I got to tell you. Thank you for letting me be part of this. So in our group, number 9, we had Wendy Hoople, Joyce Shaw, Renee Arden.
You can just drop, it doesn't, I don't need a last name. I'm good.
Okay, because I was hacking that up, sorry, and myself, Catherine. There was 4 of us. And the musical thing we're not allowed to talk about is we couldn't make a quartet. So just to get that out of the way, because as soon as you get 4 of us together, that's the first thought. Do we have a quartet?
We just needed a baritone though.
And those leads, one of them was selfish. She wasn't willing to switch parts.
Renee.
Not naming names.
Lynn won't let me switch parts.
All right, that's true. Lynn is the boss. So there was no options there. So what we found out is none of us were born in Alberta. So that wasn't a factor. We all had band for a background. And as children, we were in choirs. I'd be guessing on the rest. So
well, guess away. I'm curious.
I'd be making it up.
Make it up.
I'm going to guess that none of us like camping.
No, you'd be wrong there.
I know, because they were guides. There was 2 guides in the group, and that wasn't me. Maybe 3. And I think we all thought the marching band thing sounded awesome.
I was actually in the marching band, so you know.
Oh, I was too.
So was I.
That was 10, right?
9.
9.
Oh, let's do
Primary
10.
number.
Let's go 10. Is there anyone from 10 still here?
if nobody says anything, I don't know what number we
Okay, I'm
were.
10.
Okay.
19.
Okay, I'll just hang in there.
I'm
Thank you.
10. Okay, well, I'm at
I don't know what
Lori.
number we are either.
Well, Risa's number 10, so let's go.
I'm number 10. I met Lori from a chorus in the Rockies something, because I'm so new, I don't know what it was called exactly. Something Rocky.
Rhythm of the Rockies.
Rhythm of the Rockies. There you are. Why aren't you speaking? I'm too new for this.
Rika is like 3 weeks in. She's with West Coast
This
Harmony.
is our favorite thing, is to get new people to tell us how they see it. It's the best.
Glad you're
Please,
here, Risa.
please tell us.
Yay, Risa. And this is how I see it. It's amazing. Everybody's so welcoming and encouraging. There's so much learning. It's like a big team, like everybody's for each other, and it's beautiful and it's positive. It's encouraged. I don't know. It's amazing. I didn't even know what to expect when I first I did like 5 weeks of auditioning before I kind of became official. So I've been around more than 3 weeks. I'm almost old now. Yeah, it's all that in a bag of chips.
So what we have in common is that we each have 2 kids, and we both started off as baritones. Well, she is a baritone and I was a baritone, but we both played piano when we were younger as well.
Yeah.
And boy and girl is what we have for kids.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
We needed one of you in group 9. We were short a baritone. That's awesome.
We can re-room everybody.
You should worry. We only had 2.
How about number 11? Have we got anyone from 11 here?
Yes, I'm from number 11.
Hey,
Loy. Yeah, Loy Pierce, and I'm from White Sails A Cappella Chorus in Kelowna. And in our group, we had Janice from Valley Echoes, Mary Anna from Alberta Gold, and Anne from Valley Echoes. And it took us quite a while to come up with something that we had in common, but we found 2 things. They both start with W. I wonder if you can guess what one of them was.
Whiskey.
Winners.
Wine.
Presley. Wine. Somebody said wine.
West Coast. Wrinkles.
Wine was one of them. I heard somebody say wine. And the second thing was walking. We all enjoy spending time outdoors and walking. One of the interesting things about Mariana is that she joined 3 years ago and was all set to go to, she was looking forward to going to her first contest last year, but of course that didn't happen. So she's never been to contests. So she's really looking forward to that experience.
Yeah,
And that's it.
I concur. I'm relatively new too. I was supposed to go to contest last year too.
Yeah.
There's a few of us around.
Well, all those jokes that they're making about contest, it's all true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll blow your mind.
And some things they never told you.
Yes, true enough.
We'll learn it for ourselves.
What do you mean you have to wear an all-in-one?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got somebody from number 12.
Sure, I'll take it. We didn't decide who was going to be there.
Okay.
Well, actually, we had a really good thing. Wendy from Hearts of Harmony and I were in there together. We thought we were the only 2. So we came up with several wonderful things that we had in common. And then these 2 people from Valley Echoes joined us and nothing matched, except we all love to travel. So, and 3 of us have sung internationally. I sang on a boat with 3 or 4 or whatever number in New Zealand. We were on I don't know, it was a ferry. I can't remember where we were. Jill, you might remember. Where were we?
No, on a boat in New Zealand.
and then the other,
2 of us and two women from Australia.
Yeah.
I think you guys must have had a lot of wine too.
It was a very sociable
Oh, we
trip.
were seasick on this boat. No, we were anyway. And the other 2, both from where are you from?
Valley Echoes,
Valley Echoes.
And
that what they were each with a separate barbershop chorus. One was Tom Metzger, one of the Metzger.
no, what Charlie Metzger
Charlie
took a group over to Estonia and Finland.
Yeah, and
And
then
Kathy went with the Honreds, and they went to England and Scotland a couple of years ago.
So
That was
I-
Kathy Thompson from Valley Echoes.
yeah. Anyway, so let's see. So we decided we had two of us were gardeners and two weren't. We didn't have a lot in common, but I did spend some time talking about our barber shop to some two.
yeah.
And so expect more.
Yeah.
So that's
Thank
it
you,
from us. Unless other three want to add anything.
You did great.
Thanks, Elaine. Let's go with 13. Lucky 13.
There will be
Oh.
no 13. That was pretty much
Yeah.
all of the rooms that were inhabited. We had some.
No,
people that-
13 was inhabited. I was in 13.
Oh, well, then I
And we were in 19. Don't
Yeah.
bail on us now.
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's Pat Larry, and I'm from
It's got
Pat Larry from Pacific Edge Chorus and Lionsgate Chorus. I'm a dually. And Val Shepherd from Magic City. And we have a couple of things in common. One is we know Norma Wallace from Magic City. Yay, there she is.
I know her.
We also are both from Saskatchewan. And Val, is there anything else that we came up that we were similar?
Good night, Jean.
Oh, don't hear her. So I think that's it. We know Norma and we're from Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, that's okay.
Thank you. Do we have anyone? It was 14 inhabited?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, we had myself, Norma Wallace, Alice Smith, and Shirley Nicholson. We all have kids and their ages are 12 to 40. We all like to vacation, and we all have or had cats, and most of us had plants, and some of them are still alive. There were 3 bases and 1 lead.
And you all now know Norma Wallace.
And we know Norma Wallace, yeah.
Exactly.
Good to
Thank
see you, Yvonne.
Hi,
Looking
Holly
good,
Jean.
Why? You're looking good, why?
Oh, thanks.
Do we have anyone from 15?
26 rooms, wow.
Yeah, I'm from 15 and there was just 2 of us. So it was Tanya from White Sails. Hey, Tanya. I was hoping she was going to jump in there, but she wasn't moving too quickly on unmuting herself. So thanks for throwing me under the bus there, Tanya. Anyways, and I'm, of course, I'm Barbara from West Coast Harmony. So there was just the 2 of us. There was somebody else briefly, but they took one look at us and left. So I don't know what happened there. But anyways, we got to know each other, and what we do find is that, of course, that Tanya is in White Sails, is out of Kelowna, and I said, oh, my son used to live in Kelowna, so we kind of have a connection there. And then we both found out that we both had lived in Ontario at some time for 2 years each. So that's about the connection we both had, and after that, we just yacked.
Funny, that doesn't seem to be a problem.
I know, we kept going, oh, we got to find something that we have in common. And then we off we'd go somewhere else with something, talking about White Sails, talking about, going to contest and everything like that. And yeah, so anyways, that was room 15. So.
Well, thank you. How about 16? Do we have a 16? Any 16 out there?
I just gotta say
I
that
have room 16, and I had lots in common with rooms 1 to 216, but I was all by myself.
Aww. Hey.
I waited
Aww.
and I waited and I waited, and I said, "What's happening?"
I think the worst.
And I kept
Aww.
looking and looking, and then I decided, I must have missed something. I must have missed some instruction.
I think you were
to the bathroom.
I think you were in our room in 15 because wasn't she, Tanya? Because I recall it was a flash of dark hair and a red jacket, and then it was like in and out. And then it was like,
oh, it wasn't
yeah.
personal after all. She just got yanked out by the ether system.
It was like you were sucked out into nothing. Like it was like
into 16. by
into 16.
myself. And I waited and I waited and I texted my quartet and said, I don't know what's happening. I'm here by myself.
Okay, so Jean, you said you're in a quartet. So tell us about your quartet then.
Oh, well, Catherine, who was in a prior room and who did the hosting for tonight. Thank you, Catherine. She's our tenor. Yeah, in Tree Quartet. So you will see our video on Friday night. I learned how to do it iMovie in one day and did the production together with the help of my quartet in 3 days. So keep that in mind when you're watching.
Looking forward to it. Awesome.
Well, thank you for hanging in there for 15 minutes by yourself.
Well, I did go to the bathroom.
Oh, good.
And I came back and I said, oh, I'm still by myself. Oh, I'll go put a few things away and I'm still by myself.
Aw.
Well, we're glad you're still here. Thank you.
I came back.
How about 17? Do we have anyone from 17?
Donna Potts, it's your turn.
Go, Hillary. All right. There was Hillary and myself from Hearts of Harmony, and we were with Trudy. Is it Zonnefeld?
Yep.
Zonnefeld from West Coast Harmony, and we decided that the things that we had in common is that we're all good looking. But no, we like to walk, and we all garden in one shape, form, or another.
Okay.
And we're all good looking.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
I finally
mentioned that before.
It was the headphones that Hillary was wearing, but she told us, because we couldn't help but get back into the Sweet Adeline connection. But she was in Chilliwack, where I'm going to be moving, and she was actually introduced to Sweet Adeline's in Hillary, help me, where was that chorus that you? I think with Lynn. Harmony, Valley Echoes, I think. Well, they were different name then, but so that was her introduction, and now she sings with Hearts of Harmony, and so it's really neat. What I love about what we're doing here, I see so many wonderful friends that I haven't seen forever. Fran, there you are, and Deanna, and oh my God, this is so good. Holly Jean, there you are. Oh my God. We served on the regional management team together, and it was just so good. Anyway, this is really great to have an afterglow with you guys. I love this.
It is very nice to see, see the
Hi,
faces,
Fran.
hear the voices.
Yeah.
Usually get a hug.
Yeah. Do we have someone from 18?
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
There were two of us in group number 18. Myself, Ashley from White Sails in Kelowna, and I was joined by Jocelyn, who is currently not with the chorus, but lives in Drumheller. So we were talking, and the things we found in common is that we both like kitty cats, and we decided that it would be so much fun to do some outdoor rehearsals in Drumheller with the dinosaurs. We thought that
I
would
agree.
be a great way to spend our
You
time.
set it up. Some of us are going to be there. You believe it.
That's right.
Oh, I know. It would be amazing. I think we should do it.
That would be
Do it.
great.
Do it.
Drumheller's not that far from Calgary.
I know.
We can each perch ourselves on top of a hoodoo.
Totally.
A
right.
what? A who-hoo?
Hoodoo.
It would be awesome to sing where they do the Passion Play. Oh my God.
Lori got it.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
Drumheller
in
is
Rose
Red Deer.
Town. What's it called? What's the town called that does the Passion Play?
No,
Rosebud.
Rosebud.
Rosebuds.
Rosebud.
But
Yeah, I want to do that. It's on my bucket list.
It's so cool.
Jean, we're going to do this. We're going to do this.
Drumheller, not Rosebud.
That's in drum
Oh,
color.
That's
Yeah.
in Drumheller.
You invited.
Rosebud has a
They
theater.
are a bit affiliated, but
Okay.
yeah. The Passion Plays here in Drumheller.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ashley, we all ran over you talking.
I used to
there.
work there.
Thanks for
It's
that.
all
You're
good.
probably happy about that.
I knew
reminds-
that
this
the
reminds me
Drumheller
of contest
dinosaurs would get
weekend.
people talking.
Yeah, it's a gong
totally.
show. It's a gong show.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. I think we all are overwhelmed with, I am overwhelmed with happiness, just knowing that we're all sisters in harmony. It's just,
This is like
I miss
standing in
y'all.
this is like standing in a corner trying to sing a tag and there's 3 other groups going on behind you.
And we all know Carol is the queen of tags.
Yes.
Not this weekend.
Yeah, she knows every part to every tag. She knows too. Oh my goodness.
Okay, what room are we on? Are we on 19? Because we have somebody that's 19 out there.
Yeah, right here.
Okay,
We're
hang
19.
on.
Oh,
Deanna here from Alberta Heartland, and I was in the room with Fran, who's with Chinook Winds show course, and Teresa, who's with Peach and West Coast Harmony. And I think we all decided, I know we decided we were all grandmothers, but Teresa, are we also great grandmothers?
Yes, we are.
See, how about that? We've all had the virus. No, we have not all had the virus. We've all had the
Vaccines.
The shot in the arm. All had the vaccine. And then we just chatted about what we like to do in our pastime. And I reminded Fran that her quartet with Susan, I think Susan's still on tonight, sang in Gateway had a show it was a dinner show in a hotel somewhere in Edmonton. And Fran and her quartet sang, and she remembered they did kind of a hippie thing. Your quartet's always been a comedy act, right? Like that's what you guys do the best, and I'll never.
They are
forget
great.
that.
They're great.
So
I
it was-
remember
It's funny.
that. Deanna, it's funny you should talk about that because Fran and I actually were talking about that this afternoon.
No kidding.
That show, because I had worked nights the night before.
Right.
Drove to Edmonton and they were putting on their makeup and zipping the zippers back and forth.
Yeah.
And I was trying to sleep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well,
Well,
that's a
I
great
didn't
story.
learn.
That was a lovely
I had
memory.
no idea you two sang in a quartet together. So
Oh yes, we sang in Sassen class.
What was the code? The quartet?
Sassen class, Fran?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
What was our quartet name?
Sassen class.
Right.
Passing class.
Yeah.
I can guess who the sass was.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Doris. She was the worst.
Anyway, it was fun. Nice talking to you gals.
Well, thank
We had a
you.
good time.
Thank you very
What
much.
year was that? Sorry, I just stepped away for a minute. What year was that quartet singing?
You know, it was probably about 89 or 90, someplace around
Yeah,
there.
I think early 90s.
Yeah, probably.
I could try and remember how old my kids were, but I can't.
It was a while ago anyway,
It was.
Awesome.
but it
Thank
was
you.
fun. It was
Oh,
fun.
we did have a good time.
That's nice that you remembered it.
I think we were still,
we're on-
Region 13 at that time, weren't we?
No,
No, we were
Were we
26.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Marlene was
awesome
there.
that Teresa sings with 2 courses. Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing.
She zooms with 2 courses right now.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that do that.
Okay, I
You were
didn't
you were
realize
talking about what region we were in. We just had this discussion earlier that this is the 40th anniversary of Region 26.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah,
wow.
they moved. They broke away in 81, and they were sparkling new in 82. Was the first
Yeah.
contest.
That's right. Yes, I remember that now.
Oh, Carol, we didn't break away. We were torn apart.
Well, I wasn't there. Otherwise, I've done something about it. I'm sure.
I was I was a new member when we were made into an all Canadian region, and I was brand new, and everybody was crying, and I thought, why are you crying? Don't we like being Canadians?
Can I ask a question,
Yeah.
please? As a newbie, sorry, I probably could look this up online, but I would like to hear it from people that have
That are
been
still
there.
alive?
No, but no, the people, no, the people that have been there when it happened. Like, what was the previous region and what was the reason for the breakout?
Actually, the reason was we had too many people in the region. We had too many people and too many choruses. We got to the point where we had 32 choruses in the contest.
When we went to competition, it was just by the time we were halfway through, we were dead in the audience. Never mind, you know, because there were so many of us and so many choruses, so many quartets. It was just getting way too big.
Wasn't it,
Geographical area.
But it
Yeah.
was
It
very reasonable
included-
for. Sorry.
It included California, did it not?
No,
California?
it was Alaska and Washington and Idaho and the 3 Canadian provinces.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everything north of that. And so they left Alaska in Region 13 because it was cheaper for them to fly from Alaska to Washington.
Yes.
To go to a contest than it was for them to come through into Vancouver or go to Saskatchewan and that's the same problem that Pacific Mist has too.
I always thought that Zoe Thompson was from California.
No, she's from Washington.
Seattle.
Okay.
She directed the Seattle chorus.
Yeah.
Lakeside chorus.
Lakeside.
Yeah.
Lakeside, yeah. But I was there when we were from Region 13 and then became Region 26. I was there.
Yeah. Me too.
Oh, hi, Judy. Yeah, I
Well,
was
there
there
were
too.
tears of joy, is that right? That the person was wondering why you were all crying.
Oh no, they were not tears of joy. They were heartbroken.
Yeah.
We thought at that time that we would never ever get anywhere because we would not have the American influence of the fine choruses that were down there. And it
And
was
look what
freedom.
we've
It was
done.
freeing for us. Because you could see what we've grown into.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
In this region.
Yeah, but it was a bit panicky at the time. You're right.
It was.
Yeah.
I think we should turn this back to Wanda so she can get the other groups.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
it's lovely to
I'm going to
to
put
hear
my
the
pajamas
from your
on.
perspective, though. It is lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we could get to number 20 if we've got a 20 person out there.
I'm number 20.
Okay.
Hey.
Elvira.
Hey.
Hi.
So there was me and Grace Forrest from Desert Sounds, just the two of us. And we found some interesting things. Musically, she was first placed as baritone and turned into tenor, and I was the other way. I was a tenor, started as tenor and moved to baritone. So we're interchangeable, we think. But the most impressive thing is both of us are crafters, and both of us have a whole entire room in our homes dedicated to our passion.
Wow.
As you can see in my room, you can see that there's stuff everywhere. I'm a quilter primarily, hand quilter, by the way. She
Wow.
does paper crafts, cards and scrapbooking and all that kind of stuff. And we don't have kids and we both love to travel. And yeah, it was very interesting just to have some one-on-one time. But on another note, Trudy Zonneveld, when you move to Chilliwack, give me a call. We've been out here for quite a long time now. so-
Yes, I was thinking
We'll
the
go for
same
coffee.
thing, Trudy.
Okay, we'll do. That's
Yeah,
great.
that'd be nice.
Beautiful. Thank
But
you.
as much as this is, I need to go to bed because I have to get up and go to work in the morning. So
Aww.
Nice
to
see you, I'll see you tomorrow. Of
Yeah,
course.
Vera.
I'll be racing home from work to get on tomorrow night. So see you tomorrow.
Good
Have
night.
fun with the rest of your party.
I'm going to celebrate with Joey now. and see-
Okay. Good night.
Okay.
Bye.
And I have to go too because I have to go to work tomorrow too. So
Yeah.
Darn,
Okay,
but
thank you.
so see you all tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Night.
Me too.
Is there
Early
anybody out
morning
there that's
meeting.
from 21? We have 21?
Yes, yes, we are Lisa Hunzinger and Colleen Tobin and myself. And we have a few things in common. We're all retired. We have all taught school at some point. We have all been vaccinated at least once. We are all Albertans currently. And we all had a husband at home with us throughout the entire COVID experience.
Oh, go to bed.
So, yeah,
And survived?
I can say nothing more.
He's listening, is he?
And
Okay.
we are
I
all,
could be, sorry, go ahead.
we're all glad that judges take a long time to become certified. And we all wear glasses. And we all had a drink and cheered each other.
Very nice. Thank
I
you.
could have been in your group. I've
Sounds
done
like a
all of
fun room.
those.
How about 22? Do we have a 22 out there?
Yeah, that's us.
Oh.
There was just two of us, Janet, Harriet from Magic City and me. And we just got chatting so much that we found that we enjoyed each other's company, but we didn't find a lot in common other than the fact that Diane Ellis used to sing with Magic City and she now sings with Lionsgate. And Diane lives in Kelowna and she drives as far as Chilliwack where I live. And we go to chorus together and then she spends the night at my house and then goes back to Kelowna the next day. So we have Diane Ellis as our common theme.
And we're both baritones.
And we're both baritones, that's right. But we didn't find out a whole lot else because we were just yakking. Weren't we?
That's what it's all about, just to get it started.
Well, congratulations, Judy, on 50 years. That's amazing.
Thank you. I'm very disappointed I don't get to walk across the international stage though this year.
I bet you they'll do it next year for the people from this
I
year.
wonder. Well,
I hope they will. I really hope they will.
Yeah, I hope so.
Likely.
Yeah, and Phoenix is close.
Yeah.
23. We're on 23, I think.
I'm number 23. Hello.
Hello. Hello, Helen.
Hi. So I had Karen and Susan in my breakout room, and they're both North Battleford, right? Girls, wave your hands. Say hello. Yeah, there we are. And we were chatting away, and then suddenly it said, "You're going to leave your breakout room." We're like, quick, think of something that we have in common. We all like lilies, apparently. And you know, Susan is a great gardener, Karen's a medium, and I'm just a pretend gardener. But anything else you want to add, Karen or Susan?
Well, it's just
Oh,
great to see
yep.
everybody. I just joined on like about 30 seconds before the breakout room started. I was at work immunizing, so I'm glad you're getting your vaccines. Good. And it's just so funny. Everybody's so funny. And you know who is really funny that used to be in our course was Elsie Bolton. So Susan, do you remember Elsie?
I know.
She passed away last week. She was 90 years old.
Yeah.
So she was one of the real funny people that were in Battleford's Blend here. So
Yeah, she was wonderful.
yeah. So it was great to see everybody. So
Yeah.
I refuse to work the rest of the weekend, so I'm going to be here for the rest.
Good job.
Somebody else can give them a shot in the arm.
Yeah. Well, it was for contact tracing this weekend, but
Oh.
I do both.
Well, thank you for all that you do.
Yeah.
24. We got 24.
Yep.
I was 24.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Hey, Leslie.
Leslie on the RMT.
Leslie.
Hi. And I was with Fran Thorson, also on the RMT. So
we have that in common. But we discovered we both have dogs, so we had that in common. We also traveled, we went to an IES, I think Orange County, don't know what year that was, but we were both there. We ended up doing some traveling afterward. We didn't have to
2014.
leave.
Yeah. 2014, I think.
Was it? Okay. So we didn't have to go right back. So we had a day and we traveled down to a beach, right?
Long Beach.
Long Beach, right? That's right. Yeah.
With
So we
Maya,
did-
you, me and Maya.
Yeah. Maya from Chinook Winds. Yeah. Yeah. So we had a few things in common.
Thank you. 25?
Yes, that's us. Hi, Pat from Peace Arch Forest, and I had Carol Treadwell from Southern Accord and Susan Dumas from Lionsgate. What did we have in common? We're all retired, and our combined age is 190. We've been in Sweet Adelines for a total of 71 years. Poor Carol joined 2 years ago and she's not been to a contest, so that's sad. And we all like white wine and reading.
Perfect.
And we like gardening, except Carol can't do any gardening because it's too damn cold in Alberta.
Wait a
She
minute.
might start next month or something. I'm starting tomorrow.
Nice. We're all jealous. 26?
I'm here.
Excellent.
I was with Vivian from Gateway, but she's gone now.
Rosemary.
Pardon?
We can't see you.
Well, you know what? My picture has been down there all night, and even when the Queens were on, I was down there, and I thought, oh, please, somebody move that. And I haven't been able to do anything with it. It's been there the whole night, and I thought, oh, my chorus will be saying, look at Rosemary with the Queens, yeah. Anyway, sorry. No, Vivian, she's a young girl. She just joined. She hasn't been to any chorus, any contest yet, but she loves it. And what we had in common was her relatives came from Scotland.
Ah, mine too. I joined in after I was down.
That's right, you did. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, really.
It's okay, Rosemary. It's Margaret. Yeah.
And you joined us because they threw you out of the last lot, right?
Well, I was on my iPad when I went to the barn, and then when I came back to my desktop, I found myself in another group. So, yeah.
Well,
multitasking.
We all had something in common, and it was all from Scotland, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
the other Vivian too. She had relatives from Scotland.
Yeah.
But
that lovely curly black hair, dark hair. Oh my
she
goodness.
did. She had beautiful head of hair. Yeah.
But I made a faux pas. I thought maybe Rosemary's accent was from Glasgow, and it's from Edinburgh. So I do apologize for that.
No problem. No problem at all. You might have said. You might have said England, and then you
something in Edinburgh one day.
Hey, Rosemary, there's nothing wrong with England.
You might have said I'd come from England, and then you'd have been in real trouble.
Hey, Rosemary, there's nothing wrong with England.
I've got
Listen,
Ireland.
England, they took my land.
Yeah.
They took my land.
Oh, we did. We all live in Canada now.
Yeah, good thing we're in neutral territory.
Rosemary was born in Montreal.
Yeah.
Well, somebody had Campbell in their background, and that was
Well, they were always fighting, the
fighting
Campbells.
with everybody else.
The Campbells are coming, okay. Anyway, good night, people. I have to go to bed.
Good
night, Rosemary.
Nice
Good
to
night,
meet you all. and Have a
Rosemary.
great night.
Thank
See you tomorrow, eh?
Find
See
your
you
video
tomorrow.
again.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, all right, we're at number 27.
27.
I think that's it. We had 26 rooms.
I was
Although
wondering if we were
27
ever going to get to the end. That was really fun. Thank you so much for participating with us.
Oh,
Let's end it.
thank you.
Another sociable. Cheers
Awesome.
Yay, social.
26.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for hosting, ladies.
Good night, sweethearts. Look at all the wine bottles behind you. My goodness. That's, oh, Fran, that's quite the, that's
here.
quite the wine rack there behind your, oh, have you got one behind your left shoulder also?
No.
Or 7 and 10 bottles. Oh, lovely.
Mhm. They're for decoration.
Good night.
Hi,
Good night.
Donna.
Good night.
Donna Simpson.
Who's talking to? Oh, Carol. Hi, Carol. You set this up nicely.
Yeah, nice to see
was good.
you.
It was good fun. Yeah. Well,
Thanks
I
for
haven't seen you
hosting,
for a
ladies.
while, but I miss everybody. But I miss everybody in Edmonton too, because we don't see each other just on like this, but it's quite
I
different.
should have been asking if anybody went to Balmoral Elementary in Calgary, because that's where I started school, was in Balmoral Elementary.
Is that the one in Bowness? No.
No, it's on 16th Avenue and about First Street East, I think.
I think one of my university friends who was a teacher taught at Balmoral, but that's 100 years ago too. So,
well, in
See
1950,
you tomorrow.
in 1954, my class, maybe the whole school was part of